chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright.
Dear Mon Pa MAGA, Donald Trump didn't lower your taxes. He didn't get your roads fixed or your bridges built. He didn't get you healthcare coverage, didn't lower the price of your prescriptions, decrease the deficit and the opioid crisis, revive the coal industry. He didn't make COVID disappear, didn't make Mexico pay for the wall, didn't put America first, and he sure as hell didn't drain the swamp. So when you say he fought for you, you mean he validated your hate, because he didn't do a goddamn thing for you other than that. He hates who you hate, and sadly, that's all you think you need.
Yo. Comentando, ¿qué dicen? Sí, ¿qué cuentan? Ya, escúchame. Ya, los medios cuentan que si hay libertad de prensa, la mordaz es cosa escasa y todos dicen lo que piensan. Y esa sutil es impresa y repetida diariamente tiene contenta tu mente con yo soy combate y fiesta. Presta el control, Tarantino no es tan gore como los crímenes de amor que a toda hora se nos muestra. Pues tal vez la estrategia impuesta, pánico en el público y manejarás el pestapal. Político en vez de patrullas en vez de camilla para un hospital, como si esa mierda de tombo no diera seguridad. No será casualidad que el otro dueño del canal sea el cerro sobrino pero bueno de un primo hermano pariente papá. Y esa nostalgia no es noticia, su codicia se evidencia. Propicia violencia y plástico, panémicas belleza. Fútbol, patriotismo falso, culos, vasos de cerveza. Pele cáncer pa' tu mesa y el domingo en misa. Sobre su cabeza pesa el atraso mental del pueblo. Oposición vendió trasero, dictador, grupo Romero. Pero se confundieron acá, la palabra es cruda. Autoeducación en camino se afloja la lucha a través de cultura. Es como genera de uno, tal vez otro loco se suma. Ya saben, cortina de humo que explota la mina que mata la cuna. Primo, vengo que trate la fruna, no una pura canción de aventura. Así no censura, emite basura, no le conviene que sepa verdura. Hay extorsiones, violaciones, no por llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la fantasía y algún día cambiará. Hay extorsiones, robo, violaciones, llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la fantasía y algún día cambiará.
Sensacionalismo, amigo eterno de la prensa, el mismo que forjó al humano sumiso, callado y muestra. En el noticiero, en el artículo del diario, la vida de una bebé que poco invierte
al vecindario.
Sirven como fieles feligreses, a oscuro intereses, mienten todo el día, crean solo estupideces. La historia afirma, indica que siempre negaron información alternativa que todo pueblo merece. A cada instante pareciera su labor asesinar una memoria colectiva que hace una nación, con una prensa cómplice que juega con humor, desconociendo ese dolor que nos dejó ese dictador. Cortina de humo es su mejor función, para apartarte de la fuente harán de todo, pues miró hoy como venderte el culo de Sharon Stone, cagándose en tu derecho a la objetiva información. El narco, el almirante, el presidente, el congresista, algún ministro, algún legado, de seguro es el patrón de ese periódico morboso y amarillo que al leerlo 2 minutos te vuelve en un show. Los medios son culpables, responsables de toda propaganda basura que te ofrece la TV. Pues será mejor que se autoeduque, pues my friend, porque el comercio de los medios te carcome hasta en la 100.
Hay violaciones, extorsiones, robo, llanto y más. Con tanto morbo, el morbo están alimentando. Ves, no hay paz, solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la pantalla si algún día cambiará. Hay extorsiones, violaciones, robo, llanto y más. Con tanto morbo, el morbo están alimentando. Ves, no hay paz, solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la pantalla si algún día cambiará. Que algún día cambiará. Que algún día cambiará,
CPF.
Quiero pensar, pero no puedo, no. El ruido en la ciudad está consumiendo, wow. Quieren pensar, sin ni siquiera estar al mando. Tanta publicidad subliminal te está matando. Les cuesta decidir por sí mismos cuál es su mando. Publican sonrisas con el corazón llorando. Quieren brillar, pero sin tener que valerse de tener sus ideas propias. Los veo a todos igual, solo son la réplica de la imitación de una triste copia. Obedece, la vida es un suspiro y envejeces. Te dejas distraer por estupideces y pierdes el eje. Te duele por dentro, entonces te creces, pero aceptas mucho menos de lo que mereces. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. Conserva tu juicio y tu intuición, más activos que el que lucha por lo suyo y no se rinde. Yo ya sé bien cuál es mi misión, y es contarte que el mal por su propio pie pronto se extingue. No caigas bajo su control, pues por la televisión es normal que mal lo pinten. Tú mantente firme en conexión con la fuente de creación, vivirás siempre de fin de. Dios abre los ojos, dime lo que ves. A tus propios hijos matándose por billetes. Niños mueren cada 2 por 3. Pa' unos es bendición, con otros por su causa pequen. Y yo que intento ser un ser crístico, voy bendiciendo hasta los diablos. Piensan que es cierto el mensaje típico. Dicen que invento lo del engaño, y mientras lucho contra mis errores, demonios escucho, me ofrecen soluciones. Pero sé que hay un ángel que quiere que mejore. Me dice haz un trabajo interno antes de que lo ignores, antes que otra vez llores y se llenen los mares de pena y de dolores, ya que en mi mente no caben. La paz no va en un sobre, somos algo importante. Nunca te revelaste y por eso no lo sabes. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido, no. Todos repiten lo que dice el referente, y Discursos vacíos lejos de ser coherentes. De lo que no sabes será mejor que no inventes. Que investigues y no te dejes lavar la mente.
¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar.
Quiero pensar, pero no puedo, no. El ruido en la ciudad está consumiendo,
El autor viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
Birds, man. This is for the birds. Hope all you guys are doing well.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir. Hope you guys are well. Give me a second. I am doing this class because it was a suggestion, recommendation. One more. Two. What up, VTC? Is a car rate 100. Bring it out, carnal. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you guys' your support. We got at least 1,000 people that actually agree with what I'm sharing. And for those that don't understand what it is that we do here, and I say we because I do include you guys. Lord willing, one of y'all brothers and sisters or brothers would, begin your own channel because that's the goal. Greetings. Like next Kimili or Miji. My bad if I mispronounce it. The title of the class or show, because of the necessity of it, Deuteronomy 28 curses don't fit you. Once again, Deuteronomy 28 curses don't fit you. Why do I title it that way? Because I think a lot of us are mature enough. Here, I'm gonna show my face today. I think a lot of us are mature enough and can comprehend logic. I think so. If you're an adult, we need to get rid of the games. You know what I'm saying? Why make up stuff that just does not make sense? And why don't y'all reflect and really examine yourselves as to why these doctrines seem to captivate you? Because that's really the question. Because when facts matter, then that's when you should consider everything that's being shared.
Page 77. I'm going to show you right here. Right here is Henry VIII. Right there. Okay, good. Thank you. Go to page where it says the icons of Constantinople. Right here is King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII, if you type it on Wikipedia, you're going to see a Caucasian man. That's what you're going to see, Caucasian man. This is Henry VIII. He's a black man. Famous king, black man. But you see them as Caucasian man. Guess who this is in the middle? Queen Elizabeth I. She's a black woman. Page 7. Page 77. I'm going to show you right here. Right here is Henry VIII. Right there. Okay, good. Thank you. Go to page where it says the icons of Constantinople. Right here is King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII, if you type it on Wikipedia, you're going to see a Caucasian man. That's what you're going to see, Caucasian man. This is Henry VIII. He's a black man. Famous king, black man. But you see them as Caucasian man. Guess who this is in the middle? Queen Elizabeth I. She's a black woman. This is Queen Elizabeth I. What happened? 1453. Whitewashed all images. That's what happened. They whitewashed it.
So you guys ruled Europe? Okay, let's see.
Why on earth would anybody call a house the House of the Blackheads? Well, it's interesting. If you go into the house, you will see many sculptures and paintings of Africans, and even next to the gate, one of the images on the front gate is a black man. Okay, that's wonderful, but what's the story? He was Mauricio, or Moritz, and he was a military leader about the 4th century or so, and this man was very venerated for his courage and for fighting on behalf of the church and he was brave and all of these wonderful things. And then when he died, he was canonized and actually turned into a saint. So he was a warrior who became a saint. And there was a group of merchants, German merchants, who were coming back and forth here. They were part of the Hanseatic Union, which is a group of cities along great bodies of water in Northern Europe. And they built this house, and they had a patron saint, and they adopted Maurizio as their patron saint. And so they call it the House of the Black Heads, in honor of this great and courageous man. Now, you can see it's ornate, tremendous clock. It's just unbelievable. And there are sculptures up there. Most of them are of Greek mythology. There's a sculpture of St. George and the dragon. There are inscriptions in Latin. There's all sorts of symbolism here. And in the 13th, 14th, 15th century, Chamber of Commerce of Riga. It's the place where they did business. But most of the traders, the German traders, they were merchants, and they were single. So one could say they did business by day and they did pleasure by night. So this was a party place and this was a business place.
The coat of arms of the Brotherhood of the Blackheads, it's an interesting coat of arms. It features 3 black men, whereas most coats of arms feature lions and bears and eagles, whereas this one is 3 black men, clearly from the center of Africa. However, the exact term for blackheads is unknown. The patron saint, who I imagine is one of the 3 men on the coat of arms, or maybe it's the same person, was the black Egyptian Christian, Saint Maurice. I think he's the person whose head appears on the shield. I think it's the same person at the top of the coat of arms, but I could be wrong. Saint Maurice is an interesting character, actually. He was born in Egypt, so he's Egyptian, in the city of Thebes, and he commanded a legion. As he progressed through life, he climbed up the Roman ranks, and he commanded a legion of 1,000 soldiers called the Thebians, or Thabians, the Thebes. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly, but let's come back to that in a moment. Notice how Egyptians back in the day looked more like Central Africans rather than the Egyptians we know today, because of course this was long before the Arab conquest of North Africa. So generally Egyptians back then were very black. Not all of them, but a lot of them, has to be said. It is even documented that many Egyptians were very Mediterranean looking, not in the same way that they look today. The Egyptians of today are so far unrelated to the Egyptians of 1800 to 2000 years ago. A lot's changed since then. But going back to St. Maurice and his achievements, he commanded a legion of 1,000 soldiers. He was born 250 years AD. What makes him the saint that he is, he was a Christian before Christianity was really acceptable. 250 years after Christ, Christianity was still in its infancy, and the fact that this man commanded a legion of 1,000 soldiers, all Christians, and also in the Roman army, as Christianity was considered a threat to the Roman Empire. Yet Saint Maurice and his legion moved easily within pagan society. That was until Maurice and the Theban Christian legion were sent by Maximian, the Roman Caesar of the time, who lived between 286 and 305 AD. Thanksgiving. He sent Maurice and his legion to what is now present-day Switzerland. He was ordered by Maximian to harass some local Christians. Maurice and his legion refused. Maximian ordered the punishment of the legion by executing every 10th soldier. This punishment was known as decimation. Decimation is a form of Roman military discipline in which the 10th man of every group is executed by members of his cohort. The discipline was used by senior commanders in the Roman army to punish units Back in the day, the Roman army used this punishment on large units of groups guilty of capital offences such as cowardness, mutiny and desertion. But in this case, Maximian used the punishment on Maurice's legion for their refusal to harass and possibly execute fellow Christians. The Theban Christians refused to attack their fellow Christians in what is known as the Great St. Bernard Pass in a little place called Aganon, which is now called St. Maurice. And in St. Maurice, there is an abbey dedicated to this man, St. Maurice. St. Maurice's legion and himself were all martyrs to Christianity. It is said that the legion refused to harass the innocent Christians that inhabited the town. So the Emperor Caesar Maximian ordered Maurice and his men to be sacrificed to the Roman gods, hence a Christian martyr of the time, and a noble man.
Okay, so check this out. This is from a book I have. It's called The Black Slave Owners, Free Black Slave Masters in South Carolina between 1790 and 1860 by Larry Koger. All right. There's several important things that we got to look at. I'm only going to focus on 2 pages, pages 189, 187 and 188. We're going to read only a portion of this to get to the point, and we'll skip the next page. All right, let's begin. Chapter 10, No More Black Massa. It says, after the Civil War, free black masters no longer exploited the labor of slaves. As a consequence of the war, the black slave owners were required to free their slaves. If they wanted to use their services as workers, they had to make the transition from slaves to employees. This transition was slow and difficult for the rural masters and marked the death of the plantation system. The collapse of the institution of slavery caused a decline in the amount of farm produce harvested by former slave masters. Keep that in mind. As an ex-slave began to assert their freedom, few wanted to labor as they did before the war. As a result, farm production declined, as did land acquisition by former black masters. Furthermore, the problem of decreasing production was exacerbated by the devastation of the war and by bad planting weather. For this reason, over 75% of the black slave owners who cultivated farmland in 1859, keep that in mind, were not planting in 1869. In fact, not one of the 13 black masters who grew rice in 1859 planted the staple of 1869, and by 1879, only one former colored slave owner cultivated rice in South Carolina. By and large, the war and the emancipation of the slaves caused the collapse of black slave owning classes of ranch planters as well as large cotton planters. It's very interesting, isn't it? Considering what we were taught in school. Okay? So again, this is on page 87. Give me a second. This is page 188. All right? Check this out. I'm going to go to the actual front here. Check this out. In Charleston City, James D. Johnson, a free black slave owner and a tailor, voices concerns about the continued existence of the free black community in South Carolina. So a black man was complaining about black people. On April 20th, 1860, he wrote to Henry Ellison, a colored master and a cotton planter of Sumter County, describing the atmosphere in Charleston City. James D. Johnson informed Harris Ellison that the agitation has been so great to cause many to leave who were liable to the law of 1822, and panic had reached those whom that law cannot affect. The concerns of Johnson were based on the first and seventh sections of Acts 1822. The first section stipulated that all free persons of color who left South Carolina for any amount of time and returned to the state would be forced to leave their native soil or sold in bondage. The seventh section required that all free colors have a white person to serve as a guardian or who would be forced into slavery. According to Johnson, who was a black man, the Negrophobia of 1860 caused the Charleston officials to strenuously enforce both sections of the statute. In fact, the colored tailor said that there are cases in which persons who for 30 years have been free have to go back to bondage. And for the consolation of those who are exempted, we are told this is the beginning. The next session will wind up the affairs of every free colored man, and they will have to leave. Okay? So what does this mean? Why are we lying to ourselves? So now that we're on this topic, let's continue and dissect more on actual true history. All right, let's go.
Thanksgiving. The one day a year where America pretends to care about unity while stuffing its face and ignoring the fact that we're on stolen land. But sure, let's listen to European descendants rant about illegal immigration. You know what's wild? These people are out here acting like they own the place. Spoiler alert, they don't. Your ancestors rolled up uninvited, coughed on everyone, and then called it manifest destiny. And now you're mad that someone else wants to move in? The audacity is almost as big as Donald Trump's neck rolls. Speaking of Trump, let's talk about the guy who thinks he gets to decide who belongs here. This man's family immigrated from Germany, ran brothels, and somehow spawned a guy who thinks building walls is patriotic. Imagine that your great-grandpa was out here selling schnitzel and syphilis and you're mad about people crossing the border to pick tomatoes. What a legacy. And his supporters, oh, they're even better. They're the ones who show up Thanksgiving half drunk by noon, slamming their fists on the table like, we need to secure the borders. Bro, the only border you need to secure is one between you and that third plate of mac and cheese. But let's not forget, these are the same people who think history started in 1776. The folks who get mad when you remind them their ancestors stole this land. Oh, that was a long time ago. Things were different back then. Yeah, they were different because your people made it that way. You showed up with muskets and gave everyone smallpox, and now you're acting like you're the victim? Talk about colonizer cosplay. And can we talk about how ridiculous it is for these people to claim they built this country? You built it? You didn't build anything. You just watched other people build it. Slaves built it. Immigrants built it. You're the guy at the group project who shows up at the last minute and puts his name on the fucking presentation. But here we are, hundreds of years later, with the descendants of the colonizers screaming about caravans. They're taking our jobs. First of all, Chad, the only thing you worked harder at is finding a Bud Light that matches your camo hat. And second, no one's taking your job. You lost that all by yourself when you decided meth was a personality trait. So this Thanksgiving, when Uncle MAGA leans back in his chair and starts on his "illegals are ruining America" speech, just remind him, hey buddy, we are the illegals. Our whole existence is the original illegal immigration story. And then watch as his face gets redder than the cranberry sauce. He's too drunk to notice that it's store-bought. But happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Let's give thanks for the Native Americans who haven't kicked us out yet, and the immigrants who are still willing to clean up the mess.
Dear Ma and Pa MAGA, Donald Trump didn't lower your taxes. He didn't get your roads fixed or your bridges built. He didn't get you healthcare coverage, didn't lower the price of your prescriptions, decrease the deficit and the opioid crisis, revive the coal industry. He didn't make COVID disappear, didn't make Mexico pay for the wall, didn't put America first, and he sure as hell didn't drain the swamp. So when you say he fought for you, you mean he validated your hate, because he didn't do a goddamn thing for you other than that. He hates who you hate. And sadly, that's all you think you need.
Because the purposes. All right, lovely. Let's dive into it.
So I'm on the expressway driving to work this morning, people holding up traffic. So you know how we do. We get on side of them and want to look at them. Why all of them Latinos all of a sudden? Now all of a sudden y'all want to drive the speed limit? It's too late. Y'all getting put up out of here. If I got to call ICE myself, if you even look undocumented, goddammit, I'm calling ICE. I'm going to come to the restaurant, and when you come serve my table and I ask for extra ice, you better not blink twice. It's going to let me know you undocumented. If I say the word ICE and you get a little nervous, I already know what's going on. So when I call a restaurant later on and I order 100 tacos to go, motherfucker, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about you and your little children. So get your little salsa and your little sombreros and your guacamole and get y'all motherfucker back on the other side of that wall. Yeah, I'm with it. Get out. Y'all want to vote? Let's roll. All of them. Every single one of y'all. 17 people in a one-bedroom apartment. It's a fire hazard in a goddamn way. Get up out of here. Let's roll. What our grandma used to say when we was kids, y'all don't believe fat meat greasy. Yeah, we getting y'all up out this motherfucker. Y'all voted for this goddamn fool. Yeah, it's going down. We gonna holler at you. Arrivederci, motherfucker.
If we
So, without further ado, let's begin, man. Let's just begin. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about, first of all, Deuteronomy 28. Then I'm going to show you some of the things that actually do apply to you, brothers and sisters, because a lot of other nations cannot prove this about them, and we can. So for you that want to call yourselves so-called Hebrew, you can't just go by the curses anymore, because reality is that we've had slavery, and a lot of nations been enslaved. White, black, Asians, Arabs, ourselves. Yes, lots of nations been enslaved. Okay, we look at history, and there's no more ignoring this. These are facts. Gringos, all of them. We're all done that. However, not everybody, or at least I should say, most want to claim that they're the Hebrews of the Bible. We've seen so-called charts from Europe, the 12 tribe charts, British, Norwegians. That's not a lie. You can look it up. Some Khazar dude actually wrote that. Y'all can look it up. But if you look for it, trust me, you will find it. 12 tribe chart, European 12 tribe chart. Just trust me, you'll find it. So they've claimed themselves to be, because obviously they had some history with slavery. Yeah, it makes sense. However, not everybody fits, not just the curses, but can actually go outside of the curses and say, my food is in there, my diet is in there, so-called, okay, my food, my diet, same thing. My clothing's in there, the folklore is in there, the musicals are in there, the instruments are in there. What else? Oh, shoot, man. Several things. So I'm going to try to show you this, and then we're going to end it with the real meaning of Genesis 2:7. Because you want to know something? I don't know why you guys still believe that dumbass doctrine that the deeper you go, the darker it gets. No. That's bullshit. I've never seen a home made out of black mud. You have to understand logic. And that's why that word ground stands for or means Adami. And there's a meaning behind that word. So before we go and lose our minds on some ridiculous doctrines, let's study the facts. Now, listen to this. I've shared this with y'all. Make sure that you use different translations. This is why it's important. Check this out. Ecclesiastes 7:7. This is one. Well, first of all, let me read it, and then I'll play with you. I'll play you why. Well, I'll play you a video. I said, why? Ecclesiastes 7:7. The wise man hateth wrong dealing. Now, me personally, man, I told brothers in the past, bro, just be fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be fair. That's it. It don't matter whether we're homies or friends. I wouldn't just, as long as you're fair and you know, you do it by the book, bro, I'm good with you. So for me, when I see other nations claiming to be not just us, but then using that doctrine to confuse your mind and your spirit, bro, that bothers me. A wise man hateth wrongdoings because these are wrong dealings. I told the brother, listen, we're getting attacked from Wabos, Abos, FBA, FBI, CIA, you know what I mean? DEI, all those things, but also BHIs. What else? We have these Trumpsters, you know what I'm saying, voting for the orange orangutan, and we have other people supporting those things. So we have a lot of different enemies all around us, and you guys are not aware of this. And then to top it all off, I'll say it like this. I mean, I don't even know what to believe anymore. If you guys are saying that I'm incorrect and, you know, what I mean, whatever, we're the same people, fine. How come you guys never come and try to correct me? No, instead you tell me that I'm a Spaniard. You don't call me a Jake because I don't look like a woolly dude, right? But you call me a Spaniard. The funny thing is that my own so-called people that look, I guess, somewhat like me, because I don't agree with them, they call me a Spaniard too. So technically, it just seems like when we don't agree, we tend to be, I guess, eat them. Interestingly enough, a wise man hateth wrong dealing and abhorreth the heart, the mind that coveted rewards. Now, we know from history that if you study the Bible, we had a land that belonged to us from the get-go, and we have some people from some other nation of the Hamitic nation who did not respect that. No. They had the seditious spirit. So, Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. You have to read this chapter because it talks about the reason why Abraham was called and sent to the land of so-called Canaan, which it never belonged to him. The Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. As for those old inhabitants of the high holy land, thou mightest not. Oh, hold on. Let me read it this way. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. We're talking about Canaan. And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh and thieves of blood, with their priests out of the midst of the idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their hands souls destitute for help. That land which thou esteemest above all others might receive a worthy colony of God's children. This is why we have to dust the ground to get rid of these damn heathens. Okay, so we see now that some people tend to what? What do they tend to do? What was my point? I mean, hopefully I didn't forget. Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, the wise man hateth wrongdealing. First of all, for lying. You're telling me that you didn't know this history? And abhorreth the heart that coveted rewards, meaning that you covet something that don't belong to you. This is why I am bringing these scriptures out. Now, I'm going to show you a video that it's pretty funny, man. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I've never liked this kid, and because there was something about his weird-ass ways, and I've never called him anything but dirty water. You know, scriptures talk about particular things, okay? So this young fellow here, he never believed in the Messiah. I don't know why y'all dealt with him in the first place, but some people takes forever to figure it out. John 7:35 says this exactly. It says, then said the Jews, well, hold on a second. Which one I'm looking for? Hold on. Oh, 38. It says, John 7:38, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Living water, not dirty water. So let's listen to this, and then I'm going to go into Deuteronomy 28, because, again, we have stupidity on one end and confusion on the other, and you're going to understand why. So let's continue. I'm
from Jerusalem. My family, I'm a real Israelite.
Pay attention to what this dude is saying, all right? This is very interesting. Let's go. This is from Dirty Water. And look, I don't know why you guys are so proud of showing this. And I don't want to talk about them, but the people that show this off, because they're laughing at you. 40,000 people saw this, right? And listen to how dumb you sounded. In the same breath you said, I'm from California in Jerusalem. And you say you're from Jerusalem, but then you say Jerusalem is not in that land. So anyhow, let's continue, please. I'll be quiet now.
We got the first caller. What's your name?
Hey, by the way, I sent a message to Marvelous. I did a class and I asked you, Marvelous. You never responded. Apparently, your teachers do not want you to respond. Now, I need you to be sincere with your brothers that listen to you, because it doesn't sound. I thought that you were new to this understanding. No, you've been doing this with other camps for quite some time. You need to be honest. You people need to be honest with our gente, man. Stop lying to them. Stop lying to them that you've had history with other camps. Acting like, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, you guys are well aware of what you're talking about. Let's go.
Where are you calling from?
What's up? I'm from California, Jerusalem.
How you doing, bro?
I'm from Jerusalem. My family, I'm a real Israelite. I have a question though.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Hispanics. You say that they're devils, like this and that. Our people are Hispanics. The modern day Hispanics are our people. You're a Hispanic, bro. All right? So you say, and we're Israelites. The people that came from Spain in 1492 and mixed with the natives are the standards. These people are lying to you, bro. Literally, bro. They're playing you, selling not to our people. What is that, bro?
Okay,
and the fake New Testament is fake, homie.
You want
all right, homie? I'm telling.
So, as you can see, he said it. The New Testament is fake. All right, listen to this again,
bro.
Okay,
and the fake New Testament is fake, homie.
You want
all right, homie? I'm telling you the truth. Don't sell out, bro. I'm telling you the truth, bro. All right, why are you selling now?
You want me to answer that or not? Or are you gonna keep talking?
Yeah, answer it, bro.
Okay, well,
don't believe what they say.
You gotta stay quiet for me to answer. So, are you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so in 1492, when the Spaniards came, did they rape every man, woman, and child? Every single woman?
No, they mixed with each other. Read the history about the Mexican conquer. The Europeans, 1492, the Sephardic, what people call the Israelites from the Iberian Peninsula, they came during the time of Solomon, bro. Solomon, we were there. We were there at the time Solomon first.
Okay, so as I said before in other classes, you have to be logical with actual history. So if you think about this for a moment, he's mentioning Solomon, Sephardic, Iberian Peninsula, you know, and all this Spaniard shit, right? We're talking about timelines. I mean, we're Habakkuk, Obadiah, Solomon, King David from 700 BC. That's 700 years, right, before the Mashiach, and then 2,000 years, and then another 2003. 20, that's 3,000 years. Are we forgetting about timeline? Now we understand that in Sargon time there was a understanding of a certain word that meant that particular thing. But again, you cannot go by one word. I mean, in that case, just go back to Christianity like they go John 3:16 all day. Let's continue.
Second temple, we went over there, bro, and then we came and mixed with our people, and that's in Ezekiel 37, bro. Read it.
Who came in mixed with our people?
How they were going to unite.
Who came in mixed with our people that you were trying to say?
The Israelites, homie. The Israelites.
The Israelites.
We took there was black conquistadors too, bro. They came over here.
Now you see, this is where it is 10 months ago, and this is where I really laugh at you, Dirty Water, if you're ever watching this channel, because you sure as hell act like you don't watch this channel, and you know damn well you learned that from me. I just find it so funny, man, that you guys speak, act, and hate, but yet you use and regurgitate what you learn on this channel. Let's go.
We took them, bro. They took us from Jerusalem. They took our families. They took the king.
I can't hear you. Your phone is breaking up.
No, like we took them. Bro, I'm just telling you honest, bro. Look, these people right here are saying that the Spanish are devils, right?
Okay.
We are the Hispanics are we are mixed with the natives, bro. These people are trying to take our spot, bro. Literally, they're trying to do that, and they still go with the Canaanite idol, bro.
So
I think he might be
because they're saying they're the Saturn Kingdom.
Only.
Okay,
they're saying they're the Saturn Kingdom, and they're gonna talk shit. Don't let them talk shit to you, bro. Don't let them, bro.
Okay, look.
Don't let them get to your mind. They're liars.
Let them. You have a question, right? And you're trying to get to the truth and the answer, right? So I'm gonna let the brother. I invite. They're my guests, right? So there ain't gonna be no disrespect right here. So if you want to get an answer and a form a respectful answer, let them answer from their point of view, okay? And if you don't agree with it, you don't gotta agree.
Right. Oh,
We're not here to manipulate or none of that shit. We're just trying to get to the bottom.
No, but you are the Spanish devils.
Okay, so
you're Spanish, bro.
I guess you're identifying with a Spaniard, right?
Yeah, the Spaniards are definitely devils, bro. What you talking about?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
That's right. That's right.
Alo always trying to be Europeans, bro.
Your dad's from Spain?
We're Hispanics. The modern day Hispanics are us, bro.
Wrong. We're not mixed.
Read the history about the Sephardic colonial Mexico. Your history.
Okay, go for it, bro.
Hey,
you want to answer it?
Yeah, I just had to say something, man. First off, you know, it's a crazy day and age because we have in the Israelite community, we have the Negro onlys.
Right.
So here's what he says: we got the Negro onlys, you know what I'm saying, and then we got the Hispanics onlys now, you know what I'm saying, the Latinos only, you know what I'm saying. Hey, Kibole Warakuya. What's up, bro? Hey, thanks for what do you call it? What's that word I'm looking for? You know, when you're like, when you're someone else, thanks for, that's that, man, I can't remember the word. But anyways, it's funny that they think you read that. That's crazy, bro. Anyways, let me read what you said. Hold on. Dirty Waters is kicked out from the Knights of the Brown Table. Damn. Wow, that's, you out the group, huh? Damn. Anyhow, so check this out. Let's see. Where is it at? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Here, I'll do this. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me tell you what. Let me let it play because I'm gonna pull something up. Let's continue to listen to this. Okay, listen to what he said. Let me go back.
Wait,
go for it, bro.
Hey,
you want to answer it?
Yeah, I just had to say something, man. First off, you know, it's a crazy day and age because we have in the Israelite community, we have the Negro onlys,
right?
Which they ridicule our 10 tribe brothers, our Hispanic brothers,
right?
And now you have the Latino onlys, which they don't look at us as brothers either, and they try to say that they're the only ones that's Israel.
Right.
Which the funny part about it is historical documents and biblical references can prove that we're both Israelites.
Exactly.
So and this is what's funny about him taking it from the Spanish. Does he not know about the massacre the Spanish did?
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So in this channel, in case you guys get confused, I do have a disclaimer. It says this is not a BHI channel. This is not a dumbass 12 tribe chart camp. This is not a Hispanic only channel. And this is not a Christmas Christian channel for sure. In this channel, we teach that whatever nationality or race you are, basically, right, came as conquistadors, along with Arab Moors, white, black Moors, fake Jews, white, black, Khazars, Sephardics, and other nations all work together to destroy our indigenous heritage. And I can prove that. And I can definitely prove that. And that's what we're going to do today. Because quite frankly, hey, man, listen, if we were the same people, look, listen, for real. If we were the same people, I'd be down for it. Spiritually speaking, culturally, historically, we have zero in common. And I know that burns you. I know it burns you. But today we're going to tackle this. So let's listen to this a little bit more, and then we're going to get into Deuteronomy, man. Let's go.
Over here in these lands?
I don't think
Does he know about the rape and robbery that the Spanish conquistadors came, and how many Native American tribes were brainwashed to speak Spanish and killed and burned on stakes?
Mm-hmm.
This is known history that you can look up and that you can research.
Mm-hmm.
They came the same way the English did to the so-called African American. The Native American tribes, which all my Latino brothers and sisters come from and descend from, they were raped and robbed the same way my people were raped and robbed.
Mm-hmm.
So
raped and robbed the same way my people were raped and robbed. Well, see, this is where you really need to understand and get into the Bible and really look at the words and then look at the history. Because you guys go by the curses all day, every day. You don't tend to let them go, you know, and you only blame the white man. Now, I've heard Sakari say, "Oh, one conquistador." No, dumbass. There were several conquistadors, not just one. But apparently, when it comes to showing facts, everybody's butt hurt now. Everybody's offended because it ain't just the white man that enslaved. No, the black man also came with the white man. The Arab also came. The Sephardics, the Ashkenazi, so-called, whatever. Listen, Psalms 83 is no joke. It's not there just because it looks good and you want to put it on a portrait. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do a class on the street and say, all these people, you don't even know who they are. I find it so funny and so ironic, man. Let me read this first. Psalms 83:2, it says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." Now we know who came from the other side of the flood. I'm sorry, the other side of the rivers or the sea. Now, again, Sakari knows and understands, and they teach that they ruled Europe. But in the same breath, they're talking about the white man somehow, some way. They had nothing, not knowing them. You have to think about this. Now, here we go. "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." Now, remember, keep in mind that before, there was three continents, or at least Asia, Europe, and Africa. They had no clue about America. I mean, they had a suspicion, but not necessarily calling it yet the fourth world or the fourth part. "They've taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones," which is why Wisdom of Solomon 14 talks about the travels from them coming here. You need to study your book. It's your book, damn it. "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation." What are we going through right now? Wobbleism, Eboism, FBAism, God knows what ism. What now? The so-called white man is saying, "Oh, you beaners, you don't even belong here." Now, check this out. This is so funny. These Republicans, you know what I'm saying? They go around trying to push this narrative that they're all about conservatism. What are you conserving? Your whiteness? I mean, and you complain about people coming here and supposedly illegally. And you compare and say, well, in Europe, they're doing the same. And well, guess what? The Europeans belong where they're at. You people don't belong in this continent. You are invaders here. You've been here invading, and you've been settlers from the get-go. That's why it hurts you to not defend Israel, because what Israel's doing to Palestine is the same exact way what you've done to us this whole entire time. What happened to them was just in a very fast-paced level. For us, it was very progressive. "For they have consulted it together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacle of Edom, the Ishmaelites, of Moab, of Hagarenes, Gebal, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants, and with the inhabitants of Tyre." See, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. "They have holpen the children of Lot, Salah." So now, why do we run into this every single time? I really don't understand this about you guys, you so-called BHIs, because like you can go into like any book, and even when we listen to your little charts that you create. Now I know, and I'm going to say this, I know this is a tough topic for a lot of you guys, and I have some brothers that they're not going to show me no love, but you're not going to hit the link. I know that for sure. There has not been, at least, matter of fact, the only people that want to attack this channel are the ones that look like us. And they call me a Spaniard, just like these guys call me a Spaniard. But hey, I digress. Let's continue. So here, right, this is from Jubilees, right? I believe chapter 10 or 9. Chapter 9, I believe. Yes. It says, in Ham, verse 30, his father in Cush and Mizraim, his brothers said unto him, oh no, chapter 10, verse 28. Here, let's go back. And Ham and his sons went into the land which he was to occupy, which he was acquired in his portion of the land of the south. Okay? And Canaan saw that the land of Lebanon to the river Egypt, it was very good. And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea, which technically, if you use your logic, that would mean West Africa. Now, I'm going to pause there for a second. See, Northwest Africa. Northwest Africa. And by the way, I want to let you guys know that it is very hot in here. Okay, I don't have a great air conditioner in my office, so I'm drinking a lot of water because it's hot, and I got a fan behind me. And again, I'm it's gonna get hot in here. So forgive me if all of a sudden I kind of try to rush and finish, because once it gets real hot, I won't handle it. Anyways, it says Northwest Africa. Now, you guys are going to say, well, let us subscribe to the book. Okay, sounds good. We know this for a fact that back in the day, this was understood. Asia was Shem, Europe was Japheth, Africa was Cam or Ham, right? We know that, or Cam. So now, let's continue with this here. Okay. Hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, here we go. So here's what, here we go. Oh, here we go. Currently in California, information, Jerusalem, get it right. Oh, you mean you're dirty? I'm glad you're here, bro. You going to run or what? You don't see the link? You wanna wait a little bit so I can go through this? And then, because you're not the main picture. You're actually the crumbs of the show. So wait a little bit. Stick around, though, man. I'm going to teach you something because you need to learn. I think you should just be quiet for a second, kid. Shut up and learn. You need to learn. You just need to be humble and learn, bro. Straight up. There's nothing wrong, man. Just learn. I did the same thing. When people knew more than me, I shut the hell up. So anyways, so check this out. So we get like the 18 nations, you know what I'm saying? We get like, the 18 nations. Now we know that BHI loves to identify the Ethiopians, Mizraim, and put. They always do that, correct, and never miss it on a beat. But you want to know what's so funny? They just seem to get around West Africa. Somehow, some way, they consider Canaan in South Africa or unknown. Because that's what they say. And I don't know why. You guys always prove where the locations are. And I happen to be like, well, listen, man, at least can you show us? So once again, you have to be mindful who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with and what kind of history you're going to bring about. Or if you actually know what you're talking about before you can go in there and say, yeah, this don't belong to you. Now, we know that verse 16, 17, 18, 19 can pretty much apply to almost every nation. Deuteronomy 28, 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Look around. I can make a reason and say, look at the white folks over there in Seattle. Pobrecitos. They're suffering. They're all drugged out. I could say that. Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. Hey, we got some other, so let's say Polynesian people typically aren't that very wealthy, bro. They usually seem to be right where we're at the hood. They've suffered too. Cursed shall be thy fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land and increase of thy kind and the flock of thy sheep. Everybody right now in America technically is suffering when you consider inflation. Cursed shall thou be when thou cometh in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goeth out. That pretty much can go for everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're born to a poor-ass family, whether you're black, white, or brown, yellow, green, and purple, it'll still be applicable. But then things start to get clear. Then it says here, Deuteronomy 20, and the Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. And in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because for the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Now, we could isolate it and we could use it for different nationalities, but again, it's very open. But now we start isolating. Now let's start separating the BS, because that's what it comes to now. Let's stop playing games. Then it says Deuteronomy 28:21. This is where you have to ask yourself, who in America, because they're basing it off America, okay? So who in America got smallpox? Who in America was affected from some disease similar to Egypt? Who? You have to be mindful. Oh, hold on, let me see who's waiting. I'm going to make you wait, bro, because I'm not done. You're the small of the show. Remember that. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until thou hast consumed thee from off the land. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he hath consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Now, what people got pestilence cleaved? When you look at history, whether it's Christian, BHI, or just plain history, which people got smallpox? Which nation of people got smallpox? You see, here's where we start having to tackle these questions, because this is where things get offensive now. Now people start to not really like the kind of questions that I'm setting in place, because guess what? I'm going to show you something right now. And you're going to see. Hold on a second. Give me a second. All right. So, again, that's why when you claim to be certain people of this book, well, you really need to know your history. So we know that the Lord shall make pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Now, we know, and if you recall, because in this channel, we read and we also prove. You know what I mean? Like, we don't just kind of show stuff and then go by it and show. No, we get into the material, because you need to understand when people say that they're your gente. Well, hey, if they are, bro, you gotta prove it. And there's nothing wrong with identifying and saying, hey, you're right or you're wrong. So now we know here it says, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. Okay? I've showed you guys this many times. A little matter of genocide. But again, it's because it gets to the point, right? Check this out. Give me a second here. Here it goes right here. All right. Pay attention. I'm not going to read it all, just to make my case. During the 4th centuries, spanning the time between 1492, when Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon, a dirty Sephardic Jew, first set foot on the New World of a Caribbean beach, and 1892, that's 400 years. When the U.S. Census Bureau concluded that there were fewer than 250,000 indigenous people surviving within the country's claimed boundaries, a hemispheric population estimated to have been as great as 125 million was reduced by something over 90%. Now, when did that happen to the so-called African Americans that were supposedly brought here by the supposedly white man that they supposedly didn't know? It's a very difficult question to answer. Yeah, I know. Just stick around, bro. You're not the show, man. And I'm glad you actually showed your skin. That means that you've been watching this channel in secret this whole time, man. Hold on a second. Hold on. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. This whole time. Kid, just wait around, bro. I'm not scared of you. Trust me, just wait around. I'm trying to prove a point. This is important for our gente. You're crumbs to me, bro. Deuteronomy 28:22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption. And by the way, this is so funny, man, because you want to know something? Well, you know what? Nah, I don't want to sidetrack. Let's continue. Deuteronomy 28:22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, following up on verse 21, and with a fever, and with inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword. Now, when did that happen to any other nation here in America or anywhere else in the world that you know of? Currently, or in the last 500 years? When? When did that happen? You know, it happened to us. And see, this is where you have to start putting your foot down, and not for the sake of hate. It's not the purpose, man. Y'all misunderstand if you guys think this is hate. This is not hate. This is love for my gente. Because I care about our history. Because I care to share that who we are. And it happens to exclude you guys. You guys are offended because of that. Man, I don't care. It ain't my job to make you feel good.
If you've ever played Oregon Trail, you know human history is full originated at least 3,000. It's pretty impressive. Smallpox is caused by the variola virus and is named for the small blister-like lesions that form over an infected person's skin. Historians believe it originated at least 3,000 years ago in Northeast Africa and spread across the world through trade, war, and colonization. And wherever it went, it caused fevers,
Once again, let me read it. And the Lord shall smite thee with consumption, not just giving you pestilence that'll cleave onto you until you are destroyed. We're talking about getting fever. Okay, have you guys ever had viruelas? I have. All over my face, all over my body. Man, that shit hurt. I couldn't even poop, bro. My butt hurt. I couldn't even sit down. Oh my God. I'm lucky. Man, I was 8 years old. And I actually got it when I came here. It's funny. I think I got the shots, and that's why I got them. But it literally went to pestilence to cleave onto thee, and it just came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, inflammation, fever, and then there was pus. Extreme burning is when that pus that comes out of your skin. That's why it itches. That's why they buy that pink cream. And with the sword, and with the blasting, and with the mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. Now we see that twice already. When did that happen to you, so-called BHIs, who claim to be Hebrews? Now, thy heavens could apply to everybody. The rain could apply to everybody. We know that. This could also apply to everybody. A bigger, if you are, let's say, 15 people, and 4 people come with 4 guns, y'all are going to run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it could apply to everybody. However, we know that this right here didn't necessarily happen to everybody. Deuteronomy 28:26, and thy carcasses shall be meat unto all fowls of the air and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Now, we know that from history and books. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I can get it. We know from history. Oh, no, hold on a second before I move on. Hold on a second. Before I move on, hold on. No. I almost forgot. Let me see. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I'm going to look for something real quick.
Ashes and death. It was easily spread through coughing or sneezing up virus-laden fluids, and nearly 30% of those who caught it died. Survivors were often left blind, sterile, and disfigured by horrible pustule scars. In the 20th century alone, estimates say smallpox killed at least 300 million people.
That's crazy. So now let's find out what this truth is. You see, we were told that the gringos, the güeros, were the dirty ones, and that's what we got. Smallpox, bro. We got smallpox because the gringos and shit. That is a bona fide lie. This is from one of my many books that I have. It says here, a Negro in the house brought with him the smallpox. A Negro. Now, you guys are going to get offended and say that's racism. This is a book. If it was a white man or a British in his suite brought with him smallpox, you guys will be okay. Or an Asian, like Trump says, the Asian virus, whatever, you know what I mean? He China virus, he calls him that, right? You guys would be okay with that. You let those talk. You let everybody say that. But as soon as we read a Negro in his suite brought with him the smallpox, the disease spread rapidly in that quarter of the country, meaning Mexico, and great numbers of the Indian population soon fell victims to it. Herrera, historical history in general. You guys look it up. It's right here. Residence in Mexico. I'll try to remember and see what book this is. Let me see this. Oh, I know which one. I forgot to send that one to myself. How could I do that? This is it. This one. Give me a second, just a real quick second. Seem to have been the main culprit. Okay, here we go. This one right here is a good one. Let me select it. But again, it's not necessarily focusing on anybody, man. I'm just trying to bring out the scriptures for what they truly are. If that hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. It's not what the Bible's about, man. We're not supposed to sugarcoat stuff. This is from, I believe, Ibsen, man. That's funny. Anyways, it says here on the bottom, 2 great native empires in the early 16th century were not only the reason hit by old world diseases, okay? It is unlikely that any corner of the Americas escaped unscathed. The virus that killed Huayana Capac, that's in the Caribbean, in the late 1520s was probably a continuation of the great pandemic that arrived in Caribbean in 1518. I'm sorry, backwards. It was brought to Mexico by Narvaez, which was a black, okay? Black, like Culemero likes to say, black, because he's in love with you guys, right? Culemeados. It was a black man. He is Narvaez, a black conquistador. Yes, that brought dogs and fed our children to them. I know that hurts you, but we're trying to determine who we are according to the Bible. And if you're saying you are people, well, let's find out if we are. And if you're saying the curses apply to you, well, then that could apply to everybody. But once we start looking at the real nitty gritty, we find out that not a lot of people fit the curses or even anything outside of the curses. Only us. We're pulling the first layer of the onion. We're barely getting started, man. Barely getting started. It was brought to Mexico by Narvaez. It was brought to Mexico by Narvaez expedition of 1519. Spread by the Spaniards and Africans. Spread by the Spaniards and Africans. Led by Cortez. So that means, okay, that means that this little story here is bullshit.
Killed and burned on stakes. Mm-hmm. This is known history that you can look up and that you can research. Mm-hmm. They came the same way the English did to the so-called African American. The Native American tribes, which all my Latino brothers and sisters come from and descend from, they were raped and robbed the same way my people were raped and robbed.
Mm-hmm. We know that that's a lie because we see that Spaniards came with Africans, led by Cortez, because you guys were helping the expedition. And we have a lot of material that actually confirms it. Let me finish this. In Alvarado, through central and southern Mexico. Now, remember, keep in mind, okay, let's not walk over this. Narvaez expedition. You land on an island. You see our first people. What do you do, Narvaez? And you have dogs of conquest. You got dogs of war. What do? You unleash them to us. You unleash those animals. You think I forgot? Watch this, family. let that run by your mind. That's what that man did, Narvaez. And he wasn't a gringo. He wasn't a white man. And he had dogs with him. Just like that. Look up the book called Dogs of Conquest. I'm telling you right now, you're going to find out this was a beast. Spread by Spaniards and Africans, led by Cortez and Alvarado through the central and southern Mexico. Now, we know now this is a lot of pueblos, right? A lot of towns destroying our people. Time to pull that deal off, man. Wobbles, FBAs, all these dumbasses, culomiados who's afraid to even come over here, trying to tell us something that we know it's fake. Every time you guys spit that nonsense, I come back in bed, do better classes, and show you, shit, even Wakanda don't even belong to you. And you say, we're the people of the Bible together. No, we're not. No, we are. That doesn't mean that we're excluding anybody. No. If this resonates with you, then you should understand what I'm talking about. It says here, and on to Guatemala, traveling rapidly through Central America in early 1520s before fanning out across South America. This smallpox pandemic, which alone killed millions, I repeat, millions of Native Americans, was followed by 1530 with a lethal pandemic of measles that likewise ran from Mesoamerica to the Andes. Now, I never got into the measles part, but I don't know. Here we clearly see, Mr. African dude, that your people that look like you, okay? The people that look like you, right? Had something to do with this. It says here very clearly, I mean, I'm not making it up. I'm not just talking out of my Fondillo family. It was brought to Mexico by Narvaez expedition, led by the Spaniards and Africans, led by Cortez. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. Because, I mean, come on. This is the life of our brothers and sisters depends on the truth that we share with each one of us. With no respect to our people, none whatsoever. No, facts are facts. Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves. If you're dealing with this genre of this circle of what you supposedly believe in, then you should have the ganas to aguantarte, way, from hearing facts. Let's continue. Verse 27. Now we know so far, only certain people fit those things, but let's continue. The Lord shall smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. Now, we just literally saw a video. Where you at? Where she says where it came from. Let's listen in.
Like lesions that form over an infected person's skin. Historians believe it originated at least 3,000 years ago in
Northeast Africa. Thank you very much. Now, again, and thy car, I'm sorry, verse 27, and the Lord shall smite thee, or Yahweh shall smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. So as she says, what again? What would she say again? I'm sorry, honey, go ahead.
Originated at least 3,000 years ago in Northeast Africa and spread across the world through trade, war, and colonization. And wherever it went, it caused fevers, rashes, and death. It was easily
fever, rashes, and death. Boom. Until thou be consumed. Now, let me ask you a question. Respectfully, African-American, man or woman, has this ever happened to you? Historically speaking, did that ever happen to you when you came here? I wish I had Jeopardy button. Okay, so now verse 28, it could apply to many people. Verse 29, it could apply to many people. Verse 30, it could apply to a lot of people, except in certain areas. So now, verse 30 says, thou shalt betroth the wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant vineyards, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Okay, so now, thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. Now, here's where it excludes some people, not everybody. I mean, most of them. Because thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. So now, somebody is going to take you and take your shit. Excuse my language. But when you guys were brought here, supposedly, did you bring oxes with you? Did the white man let you bring oxes with you, bro? and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away before thy face. If you were in slavery, like you say you were, when did you have asses? I mean, I'm not talking about the ones that you walk around with. I'm talking about animals. And shall not be restored unto thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thee, unto thine enemies, and thou shalt not have. Thou shalt have none to rescue them. So again, asses, oxes, and sheep, did they come with you from wherever you supposedly came from? Now, we know that this could apply to certain ways. Yeah, you get arrested. But here's the difference. Deuteronomy 28:32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Now, it says shall be given. And thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. Now, here, if you go and break the law, it's not the same thing as if you're just trying to live a decent life. And all of a sudden, man, oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. I'm going to use that. And all of a sudden, you go to jail. It's like I've seen a lot of you guys, certain nations, not going to name you out, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. They pull you over, and it's just simply whatever you're doing, just stop. But no, you want to activate. That's not a curse. That's a decision. This right here applies to our gente because I've seen many people in my own family who have had their parents taken away or their children taken away by ICE, the Border Patrol. They're still trying to plan to do it. Matter of fact, you know that whole talk by Donald Trump, that whole, we're going to apply the Eisenhower. That's called Operation Wetback. Now, was there ever an Operation African Back? Are black folks, African Americans, getting arrested right now and being put in ICE and, like their kids don't know where they're at? No, you guys are making decisions and somehow, some way you're getting in trouble. That is not the same thing here. Not at all. It says, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing all the day long. I don't really see that in you guys, to be quite frank with you. Now, it says here, in the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Now, here is where I have to stop. Right there. You guys said you ruled Europe. So if you guys say you ruled Europe, how in the world does this apply to you? Thy fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. When in the world, IUCPK, IUIC, Sakari, I believe GMS, yes, they do. You guys all teach that you ruled Europe, right? Okay. So it says here that a nation that you do not know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know them. And thou shalt only be oppressed. Shall a nation which thou knowest not. So you don't know them. I don't understand that. Can somebody explain this to me? You say you ruled Europe. Let me see if I can find the video real quick. Here it goes right here. No, that's not it. Come on, let me see. Because you guys teach this. Yeah, I think this is it. No, that's not it. Let's see. Yep, here goes. Listen.
I'm going to show you right here. Right here is Henry the VIII. Right there. Okay, good. Thank you. Go to page. This is the icons of Constantinople. Right here.
Again, the question at hand is this. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppression caused and crushed always. Let me just skip real quick just to kind of bring another point in, and I'll come back to 33. Verse 36. The Lord Yahweh shall bring thee and thy kings which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. So now we see from verse 33 and 36 that you guys should not know these people. Now, I know for a fact we don't know these people. But you guys ruled Europe. So then you knew the white man. That means you enslaved them. That means you knew his religion, because all I see in some of these pictures is crosses. And you know what else I see? I also found out that you have black popes, like black nobility. And we also had black padres that were teaching our people, the Mayas, your dumb Christian shit. Yes. So I don't know, man. But let's continue.
This is King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII, if you type it on Wikipedia, you're going to see a Caucasian man. That's what you're going to see, Caucasian man. This is Henry VIII. He's a black man. Famous king, black man. But you see them as a Caucasian man. Guess who this is in the middle? Queen Elizabeth I. She's a black woman. This is Queen Elizabeth I. What happened? 1453. Whitewashed all images.
At 1453, whitewashed all the images. But again, I thought we were being biblical here. Deuteronomy 20:36, and the Lord shall bring thee and thy kings, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. If you were in Europe, you spoke Russian, German, or Dutch, I guess. English, Spanish, Portuguese, Latin, everything. So how are they new to you? Let's go to verse 34. So I'm sorry, So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt set, but thou shalt see. We know that can apply to other people, but not verse 35. He goes, and the Lord, or Yahweh, shall smite thee in the knees. And Yahweh, or Yahweh, shall smite you in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the soles of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Can it get any more plainer or clearer than that?
Through trade, war, and colonization. And wherever it went, it caused fevers, rashes, and death. It was easily spread through coughing or sneezing up virus-laden fluids, and nearly 30% of those who caught it died. Survivors were often left blind, sterile, and disfigured by horrible pustule scars. In the 20th century alone, estimates say smallpox killed at
heavy duty. Smite thee in the knees, in the legs, with a sore botch of Egypt that cannot, with the sore botch that cannot be healed. When did that happen to you guys? I mean, if you're saying you're our people, Fopi, I'm being honest. When did that happen to you, Fopi? What is it for our people's edification, some shit like that? When did that happen to you? When did you guys get smallpox here in America? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Verse 36. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting, because when I look at like pictures, man, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I see crosses. I see like, well, let me see if this one shows it. Is this one showing it? For some reason, it's not trying to show up. Give me a second. You'll do it later. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Now we know. Matter of fact, I have a picture here. Let me see if I can find it. Here, let me see. ¿Dónde estás, chiquitito? ¿Dónde estás, chiquitito? Hey, listen. This topic for me is a very easy topic. This is why I rather enjoy it. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Okay, so now here we go. So you guys also say, oh, King James is our people. King James, right? Look at the cross, family. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. How in the world can you say you serve the other gods that you don't know Christianity? You damn well know Christianity. There's a bunch of crosses here. So you were preaching. And how in the world would you be ruling under the word of the Most High when you're not teaching the Hebrew stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all are confused. But again, when you really look at logic, you start paying attention. So now I'm going to show you something. As you know me, man, I like to study and I like to read, right? Because it all depends on, I care about my salvation. I really do. I know I'm not perfect. I know that. Shit. But I do my best to hearken to the word and study as much as I can when I have time. I try to work for my family, take care of bills, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm the provider of my home. Thank the Lord that I'm able to do that. Thank you. Anyways, so here's a book called The Royal Book of the Crest of Great Britain and Ireland, Dominion of Canada, India, and Australia. Okay? Now you guys are wondering what's going on here. Okay, so now these people say that, look, you see that cross? And thou shalt serve other gods. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone, other gods. It says that you're going to be ruled by a nation that you and your fathers have never known, and then that you're going to worship other gods that you're not familiar with. Because in verse 64, sorry to skip, I'm just going to tell you, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto another. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Even wood and stone. I got you, bro. Give me a second. But yet we see here King James, this is your brother. This is a Judite pushing Christianity. I know that hurts your feelings, man. You see, I know this hurts you guys' feelings, but it's okay. I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Matter of fact, if anything, if you like what you're watching, bro, like and share. Shoot. Our gente needs to know these things. Look, a cross. 2 crosses already. But that's not the point. I just want to dismantle this guy. So we go to this book, right? And in this book, it's a 2-volume book. One has pictures, and one has the identification of each picture. So I want you to pay attention to this, okay? This guy is supposedly King James, right? Okay, sounds good. Yeah. First of all, you're worshiping other gods. And then on this point, since I'm on this topic, this guy is no Hebrew whatsoever. Red Seal of King James, all right? Scotland. Now, check this out. These people care about their heritage. There's a man on a horse with a sword, okay? A man with a horse and a sword. Remember, ego is very prideful, right? And it'll expose itself. You just got to wait. And they'll let themselves be known. Check it. This guy here, I found out what that meant. This is from this book here. And if you go into this section right here, it says, Saracen on a horseback. Now, we know what Saracen means, but I'm going to show you what a Saracen means. Plate 133, number 11. Okay? Saracen on a horseback. Saracen on a horseback. They're showing it because that's a horse and a person. That's what he's wearing right there, his necklace. Okay? Plate 33, right? Oh, don't tell me you don't have it. Oh, come on, bro. Don't tell me you don't have it. Plate 33 has this. Oh, you son of a gun. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, man, please don't tell me I don't have it. The other picture that I'm missing actually shows the Saracen, the horse on the Saracen. I don't have it, family. I hate to be that way. It was kind of on the fly, to be honest. I don't want. Let me see if I can rush through and see, because I got a bunch of pictures. Maybe you guys can see. I'm not BSing y'all. I got tons of pictures, man. Let me see. Should be an older one. This is just years of collection, you know. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me skip it. Let me skip it because I don't have it. The point being is that this gentleman here is a Saracen, all right? An actual Saracen bloodline. Okay, so now, before I lose my thought process, let me show you this real quick because we're going to go back to this. So now, check this out. This is from a Geographical History of Africa, page, I believe, chapter 2, page 6. It says, and by the way, this guy is Leo Africanus. He is not a white man. He is a black man or a African man. And he writes, for other Negroes or blackamoors, right? Not white or not just regular random Moors, just blackamoors. Take their descendant from Cush, the son of Cam, meaning Ham, who was the son of Noah. But whatsoever difference between the Negroes and the tiny Moors, remember, like the Portuguese so-called fake Jews, right? But whatsoever difference between the Negroes and the tiny Moors, certain it is that they had all one beginning. For the Negroes are descendants of the Philistines, and the Philistines of Mizraim, the son of Cush. But the tiny Moors fetched their pedigree from the Sabians. And it is evident that Saba was begotten of Ramah, which was the eldest son of Cush. Divers other opinions there be as touching this matter, which because they seem not so necessary, we have purposely omitted. Here we see that there's a clear, and this is written in 1482, I believe, or 15, hold on. I have it right here. 1600. Okay. See that right there. Oop. 1600. I'm just confirming the history of these people. They say they're supposedly are of the scriptures, but I'm like, bro, you got a lot of holes in your doctrine. But let's continue. I digress because, I should have just been more prepared. But let's go back. Let's see, verse 37. And thou shalt be astonishment and a proverb and a byword. Well, everybody gets called names. And thou shalt carry much seed. Yeah, it could apply to a lot of people. You can kind of go to a lot of these scriptures here and it starts like, yeah, you're right. But hold on a second. Now, here's where it starts getting interesting. The stranger that is within the, I'm sorry, verse 43. The stranger that is within the, hold on. My bad, bro. My bad. Let me go back. Thank you, man. Let me not forget, because sometimes I'll go into it and I forget. What do you got? 2nd Ezra 6:57. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. It's good. Man, I know they don't like it. It was nice when it was just saying this about the white man. All of a sudden, you get excluded because facts are being brought to your attention, and you get offended. 2nd Ezra 6:57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens, which have ever reputed us as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and devoured us. Bro, this is actually perfect. Because, see, this is of the Lord, bro. Because I was about to touch that verse right here. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Are we not being constantly told? Well, first of all, when you go past this, the border in Tijuana, that's a third world. Canada is not considered the third world. Shit, not even Alaska is considered the third world. Believe it. Think about it. Alaska is not considered the third world, and there's just a bunch of ice over there. But Mexico, Central, and South America is considered the third world, which means you guys are considered third world mentality. That's why they call you immigrants. That's why Donald Trump goes and says, I was talking to, what's his face? I was talking to Dana White, and he was saying how he told him he had a great idea. He says, why don't you start an MMA fight or an MMA shit? And like the, what do you call them? The immigrants against the supposedly U.S. citizens, I guess. That's what he meant. Seriously, that's literally what he like. I'm not lying. You guys need to look for it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me show you. Let's move on from this video here. Give me a second. Prove all things, right? All right, let's prove all things. There it goes right here. Prove all things.
These people are tough. They're so tough. Dana White. Did anyone ever hear of Dana White? He's a legend, right? UFC, Ultimate Fighter, Ultimate Fighting, and he's a fantastic man. I said, Dana, I have an idea. Why don't you set up a migrant league of fighters and have your regular league of fighters, and then you have the champion of your league. These are the greatest fighters in the world. Fight the champion of the migrants. I think the migrant guy might win. That's how tough they are. He didn't like that idea too much, but actually it's not the worst idea I've ever had. These people are tough. They're so tough. Dana White. Did anyone ever hear of Dana White? He's a legend, right? UFC.
It's not a compliment, family. It's not a compliment whatsoever. Royal families of Europe also claim that they are Jews who mix with the Aryan race of Eurasia. These are the same Aryan responsible for replacing the Indo-Europeans. Yeah, I believe it. I think I heard about that. But you see, I wasn't lying. Let's continue. Then it says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now in case you guys don't know. In Mexico, it is very well known that, oh, shit, my bad. It is very well known that Mexico es el trasero de Estados Unidos. In case you don't know that. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Now, we know that these could apply to a lot of people. And they could apply this to a lot of people too. But then when we start getting into this whole, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, well, we know that that could happen to a lot of people because right now a lot of us are under servitude of the so-called elitists. So-called. This is where we start separating once again. Deuteronomy 28:49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now, we know from their history that they told us black folks ruled Europe. So they understood that language, right? 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 So English wasn't new to you. It says a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, but you ruled Europe, so you knew English, Spanish, French, Dutch, all that shit. So we understand it. Now, again, I'm just kind of playing this game with you guys, but at the same time, we know historically speaking that we're breaking it apart. We're showing that you don't fit the curses. Not though you don't fit the curses, you're actually the slaver. And I know that hurts you. Now you know, I guess, how the white man feels, huh? It says here, eagle. I'm going to show you something. Come on. Let me open this up, bro. Come on. What's going on? Give me a second, family. I don't know why it's not letting me open this up. Open with photos. Okay, open with paint. Here we go. Okay, here we go. See? Look at that. Black eagle. And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now, we know that you guys did understand how the white man talked, because you talk like him. Now, we used to think that the eagle only applied to the white man, but now we know that the eagle also applies to you guys. Now, this is why when I brought this out from, and you guys didn't want to believe me, it says here, and the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. Habakkuk 1:8 speaks of their horses are swifter than leopards and are more fierce than evening wolves, and their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from afar. They shall fly as the eagle that hasted to eat. We know that this applied to them. Ivan Sertima, with his fake half-truth, gave it away. Again, I'm just trying to determine, bro, like you guys are saying you're part of this book, but you're not. And you're confusing our people. And I don't know why you guys are afraid to just say, like, listen, bro, like we're just not. Here's the problem. I think you guys are just so mesmerized with the media of America that you either want to be white or you want to be black. Like not black, like African-American black. I think that's the problem. Because when I started showing you guys that we went from east to west, you're like, I don't want to be black like that Indio from India. I don't want to be related to them Arabs or Asians because we migrated that way. No, you want to, in your own lack of self-understanding, you would rather pick that image than facts. Because why would I want to be like those people when it sounds cool to be an African-American? Because that's what the media has taught you. In America, it's all based on propaganda. It's called drip campaign. You know what I'm saying? Marketing. You need to learn about that. Again, the Lord shall bring a nation against you from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Now, we know clearly that black folks, you guys knew the white man because you came with him. Here is one example of how you came with them. You see this right here? That's Garrido. And that's the natives. Okay? You came with them. This is from, I believe, the Seven Myths, I believe. As the first major conquest of the mainland, the conquest of Mexico helped to inspire the finance of a flurry of Spanish expeditions through the Americas. All included African slaves and servants, many of whom, like Juan Garrido and Juan Valiente, black conquistadors, became and continued to fight as conquistadors. These expeditions can be placed in two groups. One part of the chain or relay system of the conquest that radiated out of the central Mexico. The other part of the chains of conquest that ran into South America. Let's see if I can see something. The presence and role of Africans was surely open to interpretation by the diverse population of early Mexico. For Spaniards, Africans and native role underscored the conquest reduction of non-Spaniards to armed agents of colonialism, to mere play actors in the military conflict. For natives, the black role was bittersweet, being both a reminder of African military roles in the Spanish invasion and a parody of that invasion through its representation of as entirely African, monarchy included. For Africans, their entrance into the play of horseback must have been a proud celebration of their military progress, of a conquistador status so seldom permitted public recognition. All those present must also be reminded that barely 18 months earlier, the autumn of 1537, an unknown number of 10,000 Africans already residents in Mexico City had allegedly plotted a revolt and crowned a rebel black king. Since the beginning, they've been putting you guys at the bottom. That's why they go to that 12-chart stupid chart and they put raza on the bottom. That's how they feel about you. Stop playing games with these people, man. Why y'all so afraid to be alone? Why are you trying so hard to be? Look, my dad used to say, bro, don't be hanging around with people that don't want you. Black conquistadors. Standard reward. Black slaves have served for centuries in the Middle East, North Africa, and Iberian Peninsula. Most black Africans were enslaved through warfare, and thus many already had combat experience. Finally, Africans in the Americas were motivated to develop martial arts skills, not only to survive, but also as a means to acquire freedom, which was a black conquistador's standard reward. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Now, there's a lot of ways you can slice this dice over here, up until verse 60, right? But again, when you bring up Egypt, all the diseases of Egypt, they don't apply to you. Verse 61, maybe. Left you in Numbers, don't apply to you. 63 applies to everybody. 64, don't apply to you. Anybody. And all you can do is just go to verse 68. Well, in case you don't know, you see, we also have a history. We have a nice little history, an unfortunate one. But if you guys grab a book called Global Indios, it'll tell you clearly we were being sent to many different places. Now, the BHIs used to tell our gente that we never went on slave ships. That's how stupid y'all are. Not our people. Not our people. You Canaanites. When you move with that spirit, that's what I call you. All right? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this particular part here. I told you it was going to be 3 sections, but right now I need to bring this up because a brother asked, and this is not just, I'm not trying to clout chase here or like, oh, I got nothing better to do. No, I could have done other things, but brother sincerely asked, and I think it's important. So, and the Most High I believe he gave me instructions in the morning when I'm sleeping, and he said, make sure you tackle that. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's tackle. Matter of fact, but before we kind of tackle this, let me let me get a little funny here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a couple videos before I move on. Brother sent me one of these, and then what else? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. See, I'm gonna tell you, man. People use my stuff in secret, bro, and they try to act like they hate. That's what I dislike about you guys so much. I don't dislike you. I dislike that you guys are like that. You hate my you use my material. You actually still have me on your channels and use my video shit, that fire I bring out, but yet you hate me. It just shows the kind of hypocrite y'all are, man. You got Dirty Water coming over here like out of nowhere, bro. Like he's never showed up to this channel ever. And as soon as I called him Dirty Water and shit, he just like showed up like what do you call those people that come out of nowhere? That was crazy, bro. That just shows you si escuchas, güey. It's okay, bro. I don't hate you. You just don't know shit. That's a fact. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna play it. And again, this is because a brother's asking me. So please stick around. You need to learn this. This is regarding Genesis 2:7. For you guys that are being confused and they're trying to show you color scriptures and saying that. No. Listen to this. Okay, I did this class very fast. It's only 18 minutes, and then I'm going to bring up the whole concept of Adami, because you'll see what I'm talking about. It's an old video, 18 minutes, and then after this, I'm going to touch on the food, the clothing, the folktale. What else? Food, clothing, folktale. Oh, and even idolatry. It literally shows that we're those people. Well, let's go. I'll sit back. Stick around. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Emmanuel again, okay? I'm going to do a quick class today. It's a review of what I have done before, just trimmed out because I think it's important to go over these scriptures. more than anything. Okay, so with that being said, I'm not going to take too long in regards to the start. The class is called "The Treachery of the Black Adam." Now, that may hurt somebody's feelings, maybe several, but I could care less. Okay, this is not about emotions. This is about truth. This is not about hate. This is about truth. It's about proper doctrine and proper revelation. That is the job of the so-called elders to teach us those things. Okay? But anyways, I'm going to use the Blue Letter Bible for the most part, but for now, I want to read a scripture just to get started. So let's see. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 60. I'm sorry, it's chapter 14, verse 20. Okay, let's start. It says, blessed is the man that doth meditate good things in wisdom. You hear that? Blessed is the man that thinks continually in the good things, meaning the commandments that brings wisdom. Okay, let me read it again. Blessed is the man that doth meditate good things in wisdom, right? Why? And that reasoneth of holy things by understanding, because through that wisdom you tend to reason with life situations, people, and even the studying habits, the discipline, right? Of holy things by his understanding. Meaning what? Of the Most High. Okay? So let's read it one more time. Blessed is the man that doth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. Excuse me, I misunderstood that. By his understanding, meaning that it's like you, for example. Okay? So correct that, slash that. Verse 21. He that considereth her ways. In the Bible, wisdom is used as a female, right? Because it wants you to consider it. Obviously, when you, obviously to our brothers here, when you love a woman, if you verify in love, you love a woman, you're going to obviously treat her well and take care of her, right? Because you want to make sure that, you get what you want, I guess, in that sense, right? At that time in that world. But the point being is that that's the same concept. He that considereth her ways in his heart, meaning his mind, shall also have understanding in her secrets. Okay? So let's start off with Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, because that's what I had touched on yesterday. And the reason why I think this is important is because we've been taught otherwise. We've been taught that Genesis 2:7 is where the so-called black man came from, right? They go to it. So let's go to it. Genesis 2:7, and it reads, this is exactly it. It says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, okay, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, right? So now, they'll go and say, and when I mean they is the One West doctrine, okay, that, you see, it's a man from the ground. If you dig the dirt, it looks dark. The deeper you go, the darker it is in some areas. But anyways, for the sake of the scriptures, let's stick to it. So now let's use the tools that were given to us. So now if we look at what the word ground means, because man formed, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. But if you click on dust, just for the sake of you guys understanding, let's click on that real quick. It really means more of like debris, earth, stuff, powder, things of that nature, ashes, gray, rubbish, right? But if you click on the word ground, H127.
Strong's H127. Adamah. Adamah.
Adamah. So Adamah is what? Go back again. It's ground. See that? And it means ground land, ground, piece of ground. City of Naphtali. We'll touch on that in a little bit. And then it says redness, right? Now, you're going to see this, H119, H119. Hold your thought on that one, because we're going to come back to it. So, as we know now, that Adamah is ground, or based on this, it just says redness, right? So, let's dig a little deeper. Let me show you guys something real quick. I put this on last time. So, as you can see, man from the earth, okay? That's what it means. I mean, you simple Google. Simple Google. Now, if you click on here, our baby namers, okay? Now, keep in mind that in One West doctrine, the One West indoctrination, you got these brothers who will use a classical baby Bible book. So it's like, you pick names from this book, right? Bible names. Like you see Esau, you see Edom, red and hairy. You see that? Okay, fine. And then that's pretty much it. So now, if you actually consider this here is no different. Adamah, the meaning of Adamah is man from the earth. Didn't I just literally Google it just like that? Who does Adamah mean, right? Or what does Adamah mean? It's the same thing, right? Adamah, okay? Now, I'm going to show you something real quick here too. And I don't like to use references or name them, I'm sorry, because I would appreciate it if you guys actually watched the class and wrote them down. Adamah, again, it says red ground earth. Adamah again means red ground earth. So now, let me show you guys this real quick. Adamah, red earth again, right? And it's, I guess, fortified city of Naphtali. Again, remember that. So now I'm going to show you guys something real quick. From Zondervan Dictionary, Bible Dictionary. And I actually got an old one, okay? From 1960, I believe, 1969. Watch what it says inside. Adamah, Hebrew. Adamah, red ground, or Naphtali, place in Naphtali. Okay? And since we see it now, Joshua 19:36, let's go to it. Let me close these real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on. Why is it referencing that, right? Obviously, we're going to ask. And Joshua 19:36 reads, and Adamah and Ramah and Hazor, right? Adamah and Ramah and Hazor. What does Adamah mean? YH 128. It means Adamah, the earth, or red earth, or city in Naphtali. Okay? So now, why? Why would they call a place Adamah in the city of Naphtali? You got to wonder that, right? Those things are important. There's only one time they use this word. Look, Adamah, a place in Palestine, same as, there's really not much here. Really not much. But I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I like using maps a lot. And I'm going to show you this. Now, why am I showing you a map? Naphtali's right here, right? You see Naphtali. You see Asher is by the ocean. Zebulun is under Naphtali. Issachar below. Gad below. Manasseh to the right or to the left. However you look at it. Dan is north. But one thing about Naphtali is that it's by the sea of, and I cannot remember the name of that sea. I apologize. They call it sea. Well, I don't want to look through it because of time. Okay. The sea, can't read it. But all of Naphtali has a riverbank. Now, the reason I mention this is because since, as I've said before, since I was young, I've been using clay. All right, so let me interject now and show you what I was showing. At that time, I didn't have this map. I was going by just experience. What I'm about to say pretty soon. Okay. Again, this is regarding this class is being done for a special reason. You guys that come and go, man, y'all don't get it. It's all good. This ain't for you. This ain't for you. That's it. It just is, man. It just is. What you want me to tell you? So, unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have the right information. I should say, I had the inclination because of the experience I've got with clay. Because I grew up, I guess you could say sculpting. I didn't do pottery. I was more of a sculptor since I was young. I was given that gift. So I knew what clay worked like, right? But I didn't really know what was going on, but I understood based on experience, and you'll see why I related it. So now, find it ironic? No. It's called basically instructions of the Most High. You see, when he deals with you, I think he gives you information. Remember the word Adami? Look at that right there. In case you don't see it, it's right there. Right there. Now, Adami, it's pretty close to the river. Okay? So I didn't have this information back then, but after I did. Now, the tribe of Naphtali. Now, you got to remember that every tribe had a gift. I don't know, maybe Naphtali was more of a pottery type of tribe. Every tribe had a gift. Anyways, let's continue. Let's go. A teacher of mine introduced it to me, and I guess it's just been a natural gift. So I'm very familiar with how clay works and where to find clay. Well, guess one of the things where you need to find clay. I'm going to show you. Okay? You guys can look this up too. Ancient pottery, just check it out. It's a website. Look, watch what it says. I'll read this whole thing. It says, because they are the smallest particles of soil, clay particles stay suspended in water longer than sand or slit particles. This tendency to stay suspended in moving waters and to settle slowly in calm waters allows clay to form beds where water sat still at some time in the distant past. As a result of this, the best place to find clay are along foot plains of rivers and streams or on the bottoms of ponds, lakes, and seas. All right? Now, when I was in high school, I think, a little after high school. I was already working. I think I was like 20 years old or something like that. There's this game that I used to play. And this game is called Caesar 3. Now, it's like a civilization. And as I'm reading these things, right, I'm like, Naphtali, wonder why it's calling it that. And I'm looking at the map, and then that's why. You see, since this game here, you have an open land, and then you basically can create a city. And as more people live there, it develops into this. What do you see? It starts off like these huts over there. You obviously have to build cities and economic system, right? You see this right here? Those are clay pits. Now, the clay pit can never be next to the water, and the clay pit technically cannot be way inland where there's no water. It has to be by the water, not next to it, as he says. You may find them by him, but for the most part, it's not that close. Now, what I find interesting is Naphtali is literally running all across. So if you connect the two together, they call that place in the Adamah in Naphtali because it's red ground. I'm going somewhere with this, okay? I'm absolutely going somewhere with this. Hold that thought. Remember what I'm just saying. Let's go to Genesis 2:19 so we can connect it. Again, let's not forget, you that came in after. Adamah is Adami. It's right there in the land of Naphtali, by the riverbanks, which is what I was saying. And I base it on my life experience. The fact that I was familiar with clay. There was a game I used to play called Caesar 3. And in that game, you started off as a land developer type of deal. You know what I mean? You were ruling, and you bring in like little migrants and shit. And, you may make tracks and you build certain, infrastructure, so to speak. And there was an option to do clay pits. Now, the clay pits, they couldn't be close to the water, but they couldn't be too far. You had to have it at a distance. So again, this is why it's important to really reflect, man. When the Most High is working with you, he will strengthen your memory, just like 2nd Ezra talks about. Okay? He will do that. Let's continue. We're going to move on to the next topic after this, and we're done. Because that's where you first see the name of Adam. Genesis 2:19. It says, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam. to see what he would call them, okay? We've been using this already, so let's just jump into it. Adam.
Strong's H120. Adam. Adam.
H120, Adam. Remember that right there? The H119 from before? Look what it says. Etymology, root word. Red, 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 red. Rudy, Rudy, red. Cause to show red. Glare. Grow red. Look red. Redness. There, I'm going to bring up another topic of another class, but we're going to answer exactly what Revelation 1:14 is really saying. Anyhow, you see that right there? H119. And Adam means what? Man, mankind, right? That's what it says. But check it out. It says Rudy right next to H119. Okay? But that's not all. Watch this real quick. What's behind the name? Behind the name means what? This is a Hebrew word for man. It could ultimately derive from Hebrew Adam, meaning to be red, referring to ruddy color of human skin. Okay? Let's go to Bible study now. Adam. Adam is both the proper name for first human and a designation of humankind. God himself gave the appellation to Adam and Eve. The color red lies behind the Hebrew root Adam. This may reflect the red soil from which he was made. Red soil, right? Red soil. All right. Let me continue to show you guys this real quick. I'm going to go back to the same Zondervan Dictionary Bible. Watch what it says about Adam. Adam. Adham, red or made. This is the Zondervan Bible. You'll find it in your Zondervan Bible, One West Campers. You'll find it in there. I'll show you this too, right? This is on a who's who, right? Who's who? Adam. Adam. Derived from the Hebrew word for earth, Adamah. The root word for both may be connected with Hebrew word for red, that would imply reddish soil or clay in the area where Adam was created. The belief that the first man was created out of clay was by no means confined to Hebrew mythology. That's why I had mentioned that before. Okay? Because when you start looking at these things here, again, I'm using all the sources that they provided for us. Classical Bible names. Never did they show us this. Adam. Red earth. Red earth. So now, remember the other link before, right? Let me not forget it. Let's go back to it. I want to make sure that we can clear this up real quick. It says here Adam, right? Hold on a second here. Let me go ahead and do this here. Hold on, where you at? Oh, here it goes right here. Here it goes right here. It says, derived from the Hebrew word earth, Adamah. The root of both words may be connected with the Hebrew word for red. That would imply a reddish soil or clay in the area where Adam was created. So the belief that the first man was created out of clay was by no means confined to the Hebrew mythology. Right? By no means was it confined to it. Okay. That was the second topic. We got Dub Snub here. John 17:5, Revelation 1:17, Isaiah 44:6, and Genesis 3:1. He talks about Trinity. He's got to be a Christian. The wise men celebrated Christmas. Prove it in the Bible. Give me a verse. Matter of fact, hit the link, bro. I'll take a little break. I'll give you about, I don't know, 15 minutes. The link. Or if you don't want to, that's fine. Give me a scripture where it says that, because I'll show you real quick where you're not supposed to be celebrating that. I'm sure you probably know by now, but yeah, maybe you need a reminder. They brought gifts. Give me a scripture. I can bring gifts on any day. Get a StreamYard. What do you mean? It's right there. Just hit the link. Are you saying they didn't? They didn't what? Bring gifts? Hell no, bro. Matter of fact, who are those guys anyway? Give me a history on them. Let me educate you on who they are. Would you like me to educate you on who they are? Uh-oh, we got a pork chop Christian in the house. Yo. Bro, they got to show up, man. You know what I mean? I got to practice. They really don't show up much. Should even be, matter of fact, these guys are more willing to show up than BHIs, bro. Black Hebrew Israelites run from this channel. I really don't know why. You guys keep saying we're the same people, but you don't want to correct me. You want to call me a Spaniard. It's kind of weird. Oh, I think he's here. Let's check it out. We could be cordial. Go ahead, my brother. Let me pause this real quick. All right, go ahead, man. You're here, bro. What's your name, first of all? Where you from, and what do you believe in?
Dub America. I believe in Jesus.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
Dub.
Dub. From where?
America.
Okay, that's a lot of places. Like where? What state?
Bro, I don't need to give specifics. I don't do that.
Man, come on, bro. I'm in California. How hard is it to tell me that? Are we gonna start like that, Dub?
Yeah, I'm from California. That's fine.
Okay, we're good. Then that's it, bro. No big deal. All right, man. So what do you got? You saying that the Maggie, they came in Christmas and gave birthdays and stuff like that?
The Magi, yeah, they did.
Perfect. Show me a scripture.
Pull it up, man. You know where it is.
No. We don't do that here. You want to quote something? You give me the scripture. I don't post stuff up unless you don't know. You say you know the Bible. I mean,
all right, man. You want to play difficult? That's fine. I do know the Bible, but I don't know. Okay, I don't know exact verses.
Check it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, so that's fine.
I'm gonna pause you for a second, okay? Just relax. I'm gonna let you talk. So in this, let me show you something. In this channel, we allow people on. If you want to talk Bible, you better know Bible. I'm not going to look for verses for you because that's not my job. You want to claim to be somebody. You say you know the Bible. You want to correct me. So then you must know what these words are. So show me where it says that, you know, I'm supposed to celebrate Christmas. I'll shut up now.
Fine, man. It's in Matthew 2. Go ahead. You can read the whole verse.
Matthew what? Matthew what?
Matthew 2.
Let's see, Matthew 2. The visit of the wise men. All right, we can read a little bit. Now, Matthew 2:1. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, right? Saying, where is he that is born the King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. Right? So then Herod, he finds out, oh my God, we're going to have to kill him, right? Right? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the Magi were coming to celebrate Jesus' birth. That's Christmas.
I understand that, but where does it say Christmas?
So you're looking for the exact word Christmas?
Well, I mean, if you're going to say, you're going to
come on, bro. What's 1 plus 1? It didn't say 2. What's 1 plus 1?
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something, bro. I'm going to tell you something, Dub, and I can tell that I'm going to say something. I'm going to tell you something real quick. You're a Christian believer.
Tell me what I am.
You're a so-called white man, right? That's what you are, correct?
Whoa. Now let's get rid of this so-called thing.
Okay, what are you?
Someone's a so-called.
No, I'm not going to say anything. Okay, what do you call yourself? What are you, a white guy, or black guy, brown guy, yellow guy?
Would you? Okay, what is the so-called for? I don't get it.
Well, because I don't want to say you are. I'm just going to say so-called because I don't know what your interpretation is of what you are. So what are you?
It doesn't matter. I'm a mutt.
It does matter, and that's a good. Actually, that's a good point. But I'm not going to touch on that. So it does matter because let's check this out. Why? For a long time, evangelicals, Christians, you guys came with this mindset that you were superior than other nations. That's why I can tell by the way you talk. In this channel, you don't do that shit. We know the Bible. I know the Bible very well. So if you want to actually sit here and talk to me, don't tell me, don't you know? Don't. What is that called? I could say this condescending. That's condescending, bro. So if you want to talk
What's
to me, man,
condescending? I ain't done nothing that's condescending. You're being
really?
offensive right
Oh,
now.
okay, I'll give you an example. Like when you say, "Oh, what do you mean you don't know?" That means like, what are you stupid?
What do you mean? Did I say? What do you mean you don't know? You knew where the verse was. I just pointed it out, and now you're deflecting.
Actually,
Now
I'm not
you're
deflecting. I'm just trying to remind you.
deal with the verse.
This attitude.
Deal with the verse.
Because you're not
Deal with
superior
the
to nobody here. You're
No,
not.
no, no.
superior to
You're
nobody
not
here.
superior to me either.
Oh, okay, good. And we're on the same plane then. Good, because I
There
like that attitude. So stay
There
on.
you
Don't
go.
hang
So
up,
now
don't
let's
hang up.
let's go to the scripture, bruh.
Okay, let's go. It says here, what? What do you want to show me? Show me where it says here that Herod, that the Magi came in Christmas or supposedly in December. Where? Show me where.
They in December, in the spirit of celebration of Jesus' birth. Were
When was
they
he born?
doing that?
When
Were
was he
they
born?
in this?
When
Were
was
they
he
in
born?
the spirit? Were they
When was
bringing
he born?
gifts?
What part of the year was this happening? Show me where. I just want to know where.
What part of the year was this happening? It's
Yeah,
called
'cause you-
in the spirit of the celebration.
Okay, you
Okay.
said that we're supposed to celebrate Christmas. Your Christmas is in December. So show me where this is.
Okay, buddy. Then you're gonna want me to. You want me to go to another verse? Oh, now I get to thumb through the letters and try to find out where it says, "Let nobody judge you in terms of Sabbath or celebrations or anything
Yeah,
like
you
that."
talk about Galatians. Now you're running.
You know
Now you're
what
running
that
to
is?
Galatians.
Okay, cool.
Now
You
you're
know
running
what
to
that
Galatians.
is too, then. All right,
So
good.
you're doing a Christmas dance because you can't even tackle
No,
Matthew.
I'm
but you
not.
actually quoted.
I'm not, because you just got whooped on Matthew 2 right there. You just got whooped.
I got whooped on it. That's funny.
You
Here, I'll
did.
give you a real quick one. Here, check it out. Here, let's see if you understand this, okay? Because you're saying that
Go
we're
ahead.
supposed to celebrate Christmas, and the Maggies came in Christmas, because that's what you're saying. Okay,
It's the
so
Magi.
Matthew,
The Magi.
Matthew
They're not
24:20, Magi, whatever, tomato. Matthew
Yeah.
24:20. But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Why does it say that in the Bible? You know why?
I don't know. You tell me. It sounds like you're reading into something that's not there.
The winter was a heavy time in that region at that time in December, November, and January. How could the Messiah be born in those years? How is that possible if they were out there in a barn having a baby? How is that possible? So show me where it says that we're supposed to celebrate Christmas, and that's why based on the Magi's, because I could tell you somewhere else where it clearly says to you not to do your heathen shit, because you guys brought this to us. We didn't accept it. Since you guys have been here, all you've done is implemented this Christianity concept that none of you guys even believe in. You guys want to put the 10 Commandments in schools, but at the same time, you're constantly breaking laws. As a nation, that's who you guys are.
Who's
What you want me to tell you?
Who's you?
Your religion.
Who's you guys?
Your religion. So let
You-
me educate you, bro. It says here, Jeremiah 10:1, hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. All right. Now he's telling Israel not to do certain things. Thus say the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heavens are not dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest and works the hand of a workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and gold. Let me finish. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, and that move not. So it
you
says here,
think
don't-
this is
don't
talking
do it.
about Christmas? Oh, wow, that's funny.
All right, what do you think it's talking about?
Surely not Christmas.
What do you mean? You don't go and cut a tree out of the forest? I mean, you don't do it anymore, but you did in the past.
Oh wait, no.
people does it now.
Let's go ahead. Let's analyze that. So
I'll
what
read
is
it
it?
again. Okay, let me read it for you.
Yeah,
And
go
then I'll
ahead.
shut up.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said Yahoo, because that's his real name, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now, in this particular case, you are a heathen. Let me continue.
No,
For the custom
you
of the
are.
people
Let's
are
be
vain.
clear.
For the
Let's be
custom of
clear.
the people
You
are
are.
vain. Listen, you didn't civilize nobody, bro. You guys are not superior to no other nation. You just got lucky. All right? They use you as a tool. Remind yourself of
Yeah,
that.
whatever, man. You're a racist. That's all.
Oh, and you're not.
Continue on.
And
Continue
you're not.
reading.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me
No,
ask you a
I'm
question.
not.
Do you believe in the discovery, the doctrine of discovery? Yes or no?
The what?
The doctrine of discovery.
What's that?
All right, let me ask you another question. Do you believe in manifest destiny?
And what's that? Go ahead and define it.
Okay, so this is the Christian concept that allows you to speak the way you speak. So
No,
this
it
is why
doesn't.
it's important for you to know who you are, because you don't
No,
realize
it
your own
doesn't. It's
history
important for
and where
you
it
to
comes
know who
from.
you are, buddy. It's important
Okay,
for
who am
you
I?
to know who
You tell me who I am. You tell me who I am. You tell me who I am.
think you're a Jew and you're not.
Okay, tell me who I am then. Tell me who I am.
You're just some schmo who calls people heathens when you're one.
Oh, okay. So some smo.
Hey,
That's it?
let's go
That's
ahead
all you
and
have?
go back to Jeremiah.
Yeah, let's read Jeremiah, because I can tell you
Yeah, let's
you're
do it.
falling in
Let's do
hope.
it. Because
Jeremiah
somebody
10
who
and
goes
2.
and cuts down a tree, that's a, what is that? That's a skilled worker? Are you kidding me? It's a person with an axe that chopped down a fucking tree. Are you kidding me? And then it says it looks like a scarecrow. Since when does a tree look like a scarecrow? Bro, you're reading into the text way too much.
Where did it say
You
the scarecrow?
read,
Here,
you
let
have
me simplify.
copied.
Let me simplify it for your small
No,
little brain.
you
Jeremiah 10
clearly
and 1.
copied.
Hear people
You
of Israel,
you
listen
have,
to the message. Can I read the
buddy,
scripture for you or not?
clearly, yes, you can. Right after this,
Okay,
you
well, then
clearly
shut up.
copied
Then
somebody
shut
else's
up. Bro,
ideas
listen.
from
You
the
just said I
internet.
can read the Bible, and
You
you're telling me not to
copied
read it.
somebody else's ideas from the internet, and
Which
you've
one?
taken them and
Which
acting
one?
like they're your own. They're
What
not
copies?
your own.
What ideas did I copy?
You took this Jeremiah 10 from the internet. You got it from the internet, from people who don't like
What do you
Christmas,
mean? It's in the Bible,
and
bro.
you're
It's in the Bible.
completely reading
Oh,
it out of context.
I'll tell you
You
what,
took
Dub.
someone else's idea, bro. It's
Can I
called
read the Bible?
goodwill hunting mentality. Your goodwill hunting
Can
mentality. The
I
guy at the
read
bar
you
that
the
tries to hit on
Bible
the
that?
chick and steals someone
Can
else's
I read you
ideas
the Bible that you
because you
say you
can't
read?
read on your own.
Can I read you the Bible that you say you read? Yes
Go
or no?
ahead. I do
There
read
you
it.
go. Jeremiah 10 and
Where
2. He says, do
Jeremiah
not
10 and 2.
follow.
Hold on. Let me get on the same page as you real quick. And as you
I
run
mean, you
through it, I
come to
will
this
point
channel,
out
you
where
click
you're
the link, and you
incorrect.
don't even have a Bible? Oh, my dear Jesus, bro. You lost.
Right in front of my face, buddy.
Now you guys understand what these nations are like? Let's continue.
Oh, the
Jeremiah
nations
10 and
have
2.
Bibles.
He says, do not, I'm going to simplify it for you. Do not follow the ways of other nations.
No, don't simplify anything.
Okay,
Just read the
which
text.
translation do you want me to read it? King
Read the
James?
text.
Which translation you want me to read? King James?
Whichever one you want.
Okay, I'm gonna make the simple one for you so you can understand, because you got a problem. Do
No,
not
go ahead.
follow
You got a problem.
It's okay. I know you get offended by it, dude, because you're not smart. But it's okay, bro. I
Nah,
know that
dude,
burns your
you're an
spirit.
I'm not
There's
smart,
an-
sure. You're the one that's acting like a 10-year-old. Go ahead.
Your
and read.
IQ is like 65, bro, but it's all good because I know you guys base it on
That's
that.
fine.
Do not
I'm glad.
do not follow the ways of the heathens. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me read it again. He says, do not follow the ways of other nations. Let me correct myself. Do not be disturbed by unusual sights in the sky, even though other nations are terrified. Remember, you just said that Maggie went to Matthew 2 based on a star. But let's continue.
No. Keep reading. That has nothing to do with it.
It sounds good. You're right. Let's continue, even though I know what it means. But anyways, the religion of these people is worthless. A tree is cut down in the forest, Christmas. It is carved by tools of woodworkers, Christmas.
Woodworkers? Mine says craftsman. Mine says the hands of a craftsman.
Well, whatever.
Is a craftsman somebody who's going to go out in the woods and cut down the trees? Is that a craftsman?
Listen, bro, not a random person can use an axe. They can get hurt. So, but let's read. By the
really?
Woodworker or craftsman, whatever
that
you want.
That person would have to have a 65 IQ.
Listen, and decorated with silver and gold.
Yep. Now, do we decorate our trees with silver and?
You don't do that? Your nation, the people don't do that? You guys don't celebrate Christmas? Wait, hold on a second. You don't celebrate Christmas?
I don't decorate the tree with silver and gold.
No, come on, let's play. Come on, bro. Stop playing games. You don't celebrate Christmas, bro? Come on. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Right? Yes or no? Just say yes or no. You have to, because you guys love this song. Say it out with it.
Oh, we're back. We back?
I don't miss that song. But anyways, that's what it says right there, silver and gold. So it's practically telling you,
Okay,
reminding you.
yeah, silver and gold, right? Silver and gold. Who decorates their tree with silver and gold?
And it's fastened down with nails to keep it from falling over. This is what you guys do. You guys brought that from Europe.
No, nobody decorates their
This
tree
is
with
your,
silver.
this is your custom. This is your custom, not ours.
Who do you know that decorates silver and gold?
A lot of people, man.
Oops. Okay.
Okay, so then now you're denying that you guys don't celebrate Christmas. Now you're denying that. That's what you're saying. Now you don't celebrate Christmas, Doug. So your Matthew 2 this doesn't really go very far, because here we're literally saying like, hey, you shouldn't do that. So what else are you? What other example are you going to give me about the Maggie or whatever?
Okay, here we go. All right, yeah. Like, so here we'll continue here. They decorate it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers. Okay, so that it will not totter. Like a scarecrow in a cucumber field are they. And they cannot speak. So does a Christmas tree look like a scarecrow? Does anyone think a Christmas tree can speak? Bro, it's talking about idols. It's not talking about a Christmas tree.
Well, don't you guys?
You stole the idea from somebody else, and you're trying to use it as your own. It's called plagiarism. It's false.
Don't you idolize Christmas? Christmas has nothing to do with the Messiah.
Do I idolize Christmas? Are you stupid?
It has nothing to do with the Messiah.
Oh, really? It doesn't have to do with Jesus' birth?
Hey, check it out. Show you something real quick, family. Hold on, I'm gonna shut them up. You see how these gringos like to come on board and call us names and shit, and we're stupid and all that. You see, this is that attitude that evangelism has given them. They think they're superior than us, supposedly smarter, but yet 50% of their population are the ones that are on EBT. Those are facts, in case you don't know. And I'm very aware of it. So before you come into your stupid ass
gringos, why are you trying to teach people that white people are bad? I don't get it. You're a racist, dude.
And you're not? Let me ask you a question. Are you going to vote for Trump? Are you going to vote for Trump?
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh shoot! Yes, of course you are, man. Come on, bro. You know
you're
gonna
vote. Because I want to vote for Biden. That's why. Because he's like completely delusional, bro. The guy has Alzheimer's.
You can vote for
the guy has Alzheimer's.
But guess what? You just
want him to let all your buddies through the border or something. Apparently, that's probably what you want me to say.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. You evangelicals, that's what your doctrine comes from. And this is exactly why I kind of like you guys showing up every now and then. But then when you have nothing worthy to say to us, you just remind me of how easy it is to toy with people like you. You guys are not superior to no other nation. Bro, you are only used as a belt. The Most High felt sorry for you guys. Those are facts. Now you want to come with your Christian doctrine and say Christmas can be accepted by everybody. Let me ask you a question, bro. If you believe in the Bible, okay?
Bro, stop muting my mic or I'll just leave, because you just went on a rant and I don't appreciate it because you're being an asshole.
Oh, you don't appreciate it?
No.
What are we doing here now? Like, am I supposed to feel sorry for you?
Don't silence me so that you can go on your little rant and tell people that I'm the asshole and I'm the one doing this or that. You're an ass, dude. You're a racist.
Oh, you're voting for Trump, dummy. What do you think that means?
So fucking what, dummy?
You don't hear what he says?
Trump? Tell me what's wrong with Trump. Tell me what's wrong.
Mexicans are rapists, murderers, and some people may just be good. Y'all are deporting people from this continent that belongs.
Are they illegal?
You are not from this continent.
Are they illegal? Are they illegal? Answer the question. Answer the question. Are they illegal?
I want to say something.
Are they illegal?
Check this out, family. You see, this is the type of white man that I like that shows up, right? You know, he said that he's a mutt. This is why they stick so hard to having America, because they cannot prove nothing else. They are so lost in the sauce of their history. They're Germans, British, Irish, God knows who their mother slept with. So that's why all they have is to hold on to America. He comes over here and talking about his evangelical Christianity spirit, and I knew for a fact that he loved Donald Trump and sucking his balls for sure. Don't come with your Christian doctrine over here, bro. You're dealing with the wrong people here. But hey, then again, like I said, I gave you 15 minutes. And I appreciate you. Thank you. You educated us a lot. Now, obviously, people say you're a racist, but yet he doesn't realize what he's voting for. I mean, didn't we just hear Donald Trump say he told Dana White to create a UFC fight match, immigrants against, I guess, people like him? You know what I'm saying, though? You know what I'm saying?
Estamos aquí, oye, que estamos aquí. Mírame, estamos aquí. Desde hace rato, cuando ustedes llegaron, ya estaban las huellas de nuestros zapatos. Se robaron hasta la comida de gato y todavía se están lamiendo el plato. Bien encabronados con estos ingratos. Hoy le doy duro a los tambores hasta que me acusen de maltrato. Si no entiendes el dato, pues te lo tiro en cumbia, bossa nova, tango o vallenato. A lo calaboy y bambú, bien frontú, con sangre caliente como Timbuktu. Estamos dentro del menú. Tupac se llama Tupac por Tupac Amaru del Perú. América no es solo USA, papá. Esto es desde Tierra del Fuego hasta Canadá. Hay que ser bien bruto, bien hueco. Es como decir que África es solo Marruecos. Estos canallas se les olvidó que el calendario que usan se lo inventaron los mayas con la Valdivia precolombina. Desde hace tiempo, este continente camina, pero ni con toda la marina pueden sacar de la vitrina la peste campesina. Esto va para el capataz de la empresa. El machete no es solo para cortar caña, también es para cortar cabeza.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerdes. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerdes. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Los paramilitares, las guerrillas, los hijos del conflicto, las pandillas, las listas negras, los falsos positivos, los periodistas asesinados, los desaparecidos, los narcogobiernos, todos los que robaron, los que se manifiestan y los que se olvidaron, las persecuciones, los golpes de estado, el país en quiebra, los exiliados, el peso devaluado, el tráfico de droga, los carteles, las invasiones, los emigrantes sin papeles, 5 presidentes en 11 días, disparo a quemarropa por parte de la policía, más de 100 años de tortura, la nova trova cantando en plena dictadura. Somos la sangre que sopla la presión atmosférica. Gambino, mi hermano, esto sí es América.
Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerdes. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. Aquí estamos, siempre estamos, no nos fuimos, no nos vamos. Aquí estamos pa' que te recuerdes. Si quieres mi machete te muerde. 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 Te muerde, te muerde.
Yeah, man. Respect and love from the world, nigga. Show them. You nigga on a microphone. Can't I sit the number for everything? Rock you in the studio. Bomba clap. qué manera sufre el alma cuando alguien se va. No hay medicina que cure esa larga enfermedad. La vitamina de la vida en esta sociedad es tan divina que por nombre tiene libertad. Libérate de la mentira que está por llegar. Mide tu orgullo antes de empezar a hablar. Cierra la puerta a quien no merezca entrar, porque hay mucho que se fue y sueña con regresar. Hablemos en silencio y así no me mentirás. El poder de la palabra muere cuando hablan de más. No me fío de oraciones que se dicen por detrás. Si me miras a los ojos no te mentiré jamás. Que besar por besar es jugar por jugar. Y vivir sin amor es vivir sin amar. Solo queda la fe, solo queda soñar. Ponte de pie, ready para luchar. Some love, I can just smoke and there are some love them. I can just smoke and there are some love. I remember no fire, no burn. Ribby day. Cali with a mama soul, yeah. ¿De cuánto tiempo hablamos cuando hablamos de querer? Si la mitad lo malgastamos solo en comprender. ¿De qué manera es más fácil aprender? Que nacemos para ganar y morimos al perder. No puedo dejar de animarte, que cuando te caigas debes levantarte. Llegué para contarte que no todo artista muere por su arte. Traigo el honor de un humano con valor que utiliza poesía para respirar mejor. Escribo prosa para vengar al amor y recuerda aquella rosa que tiraron al contenedor. ¿Dónde se quedó el amor? Hey, que no vaya sitio, no microphone forever, never. Tell me, roll some love, I can just smoke and the light, some love them. I Rastafari my life, some love. I remember no fire, no burn, ribby day. I live with a farmer soul, yeah. Reggae man a farmer warrior day. Not a really thing. Yeah, man. Y se piensa que la música es un juego, lo lleva claro, hermano. Desde España, internacional, bomba, clack, y Lego. Not really easy. No. You nigga on a microphone. Hey, tell us what. Tell us anything. Tell if I'm a Rasta feeling on my sin. Hey, more love.
Se ve tan mal cuando miras a otro lado. Los fantasmas del pasado no se detendrán hasta verte derrumbado. Peores lo hemos pasado. Andaba a golpes con la tristeza, me aportó riqueza, me otorgó sabiduría, pues se dibujaba en todas mis piezas. Yo con alegría le daba color después. La aguja sigue girando, tiempo parece se burlar de mí. Dijo que sanaría esperando, pero creo que la espina aún sigue ahí. Con los dedos lo voy palpando. Cierro los puños, escapa de aquí. Agonizando, no me espera el tiempo, no voy a esperar por ti. Nuestras huellas en la orilla se han borrado por la marea. Si esas estrellas ya no brillan, las entiendo pa' que veas. Sea donde sea, bajo la tormenta o dentro de la odisea, donde arañas cubren el cielo de tela, los aviones nadan y los barcos vuelan. Hey, aunque parezca que va bien, no sabes bien si va mal. Besos que pueden doler, ojos que pueden matar. Tengo mi alma en el almacén encerrada, mi corazón está en huelga, mis sentimientos en ámbar. Gente, Calamala dijo que estaría presente. Fallaron como nunca, se fueron para siempre. Millones de razones para vengarme, pero a veces duele más actuar indiferente.
Como no quieren ver ahogados, tenemos branquias y cerrados los bronquios como la mente de un guardia.
madre soltera. Tú cúbrete si suena mi tu. A mí lo tengo soldado fumando de su palulú. Ni un conjuro de grimorio me lo salva del velorio. Pa' tener pila valorio se matan vestidos de emporio. Y yo no quiero una pistola, estoy soñando que la vida que quería me llega a tiempo. Desde que yo la vi sola, loco ando. Vino a verme cuando el sol se estaba poniendo y se dejó una pluma y se perdió en la bruma. Nunca se despidió de mí, ey. Nunca se despidió de mí, ey.
Vivo en un mundo que parece roto y sé que no, porque todo es perfecto y lo debo plasmar. Me fumo un trócolo tras otro y lo veo todo otro color. Me siento libre porque vuelvo a conectar. Mi gente sufre y no lo puedo evitar. Más que dándole consejos siempre desde la humildad. Es su camino hacia la fraternidad. Solo puedo que enseñarles a respetar y amar. Con esta bendición como no voy a aprovechar. Los códigos que llegan los tenemos que aceptar. Si me reencarné fue para ayudar y no para malgastar mi tiempo en beneficio del mal. En la unión nace la fuerza y eso nos hace juntar las ganas que siempre tuvimos para iluminar a la gente que se le ocurra y la malla armonizar. Vinimos para dar fuego a la que no nos va a quemar.
Arda y por dentro la llama, no puedo contener la ras. Churruscao el corazón, el armazón no puede llegar a pesarme más. Si abro la boca, tu tumba al suelo, me muelo a diario y sobrado de gas. Escupo ristas perfectas, paladas de versos eternos, no mueren jamás. Cuando acabe mi condena, me vi muy solo y perdido. Cada vez más negra la flema, más elegante el problema, pero planté cara a todos mis enemigos. Recuperé las ganas, las fuerzas y el garbo. Dedico requiems a mis diablos, que aquí estoy vivo de milagro. Delicadas flores crecieron entre los cardos. Me dicen vienes más delgado que de costumbre. Será de tanto que he bailado en el alambre, que a tanta pena es mejor no ponerle nombre. Llevamos la música en vena, nuestra sangre.
Declaraciones.
Un poco sobreiluminados, bueno.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre.